What's up, players? Welcome to Completely Consensual right here on Chiptooth Gaming. This is Chiptooth Gaming's weekly nerdy news conversational podcast. Alongside me today is the one and only Andreas Cobian.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And the indie kid himself, a.k.a. at Depalo, Nick Depalo.
Mr. Sunshine is what they call me at work now. Mr. Sunshine.
I lost the other thing I was going to call you, and they came back to me. I was going to call you the Italian Stallion.
Oh, I like that. Hey,
back to this.
I got a little espresso here.
That's why he's Italian
We
Stallion,
got
baby.
espresso shots. Fancy in the Chiptooth studio today.
Hey, we're going all out today.
Wait, is it with the spoon or do you drink it out of the
I
cup?
put some
How do you do
sugar
this?
in it, so I'm not sure if it's not enough sugar for you or if it's too much, but you could have it without the spoon.
I put some sugar in there. I put a lot of sugar in there for you.
Please, sugar makes the world
Thank
go
you.
round.
That's what I did, man. That's what I did.
So do I eat it like with the cup or do I with the spoon?
Just with the cup.
Wait, how are you going to eat coffee with a spoon, man?
First of all, this is a sip.
What is this?
Please, look at this.
Does it make you look so big?
This
that
is so...
you have a sip. That's the beauty
I feel
of
like the only way to
espresso.
drink it is with your pinky up.
You got to have your
Pinky ups. Pinky ups. Cheers.
Chin chin.
Gents?
Gents.
Ooh, that's strong.
Oh, that was...
Man, we're gonna be like, we're gonna be wired.
Oh my God.
There's class to
No.
the espresso.
Holy shit.
It's quality, dude. It's quality.
Andreas, on the last
He's already
podcast-
wired.
On the
Holy
last
shit.
podcast, Andreas had a monster before bed.
Oh, that's the worst idea, dude.
And I was on Twitter editing like the podcast lead up for the next day.
I was
and then I
tweeting
just
up a
see on
storm.
like, I just see on Twitter Andreas go, a monster at 9 o'clock at night is never a good idea.
Nah, definitely
Dude, I
not
fell
a good.
asleep at 3 and then you know when you're like those late nights Twitter thoughts? I was going in.
It's going in.
I was like, why was The Walking Dead? Where did The Walking Dead go wrong? I
You
was just
started
like,
breaking
I
it
was just so
down
breaking it down. I was like, season
hardcore.
3. Oh my
Back
God, I
and
was
forth.
done. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Now, I mean, it's what, like 3 o'clock now? I'm probably gonna stay up till 4 now with this. This is stronger than like a monster drink, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's special. It's special. Like, but I'm so used to them. I throw them down like at.
That's insane.
I throw them at like 9. I throw it like 9 p.m. at night. I'm like, yo, I just had dinner, have a little dessert, a little espresso, bam, go to sleep like 30
so
minutes
Italian.
later, dude. I'm just like,
Oh my
boom.
God.
Right after the antipasta?
Oh, beautiful. The
Dude.
antipasta.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what.
What
So
happened?
good.
I fuck with some prosciutto.
Mm.
Prosciutto, a little provolone.
Prosciutto.
Roll those little bitches up.
I feel like, I don't know.
It's good, dude.
Oh, Nick knows what's
It's
up.
good.
I grew up with beans and rice. I have no idea what you guys are eating.
That's
so
good too.
Mexican.
That's beautiful.
No,
man.
and my roommates always give me shit because I will always have deli meat. And I like don't put it on anything. I
That's
just
all
eat
you
deli
need,
meat.
dude. You
It's
need
because
it
my
raw.
aunt was so Italian
Yep.
that like that's what I grew up like. That was
Okay.
like our like snack was like prosciutto and then like I said the little
So good, dude.
provolone and
Like I grew up, not to get into backstories, but I grew up with the old school Italians, so they would have prosciutto homemade, and you would literally go over their house, and they would just be like, "Hey, Steve," which is my middle name. They always called me Steve because my dad's name was Nick, so they'd be like, "Steve, you want some prosciutto?" And I'd be like go in the back, and they would go through a couple doors in the basement, and they'd go downstairs, and they would literally have like a Home Depot like bucket
Size.
with like olive oil in it, and
Oh,
then they would
God.
pull out the prosciutto, and they'd be like, "This is for you. You take it home, you eat." Dude, I
Like
would
the whole
clean it.
container?
I'd clean
So
the whole
awesome.
thing. It was so good. But that's my little Italian story.
It's so awesome.
Italian Stallion,
It's
man.
so good, man. The Italian
True to-
stallion.
true to the
Nick
word.
Depalo. Nick,
The Italian.
how are you, man?
I'm good, man. I feel so honored to be here.
You're
Thank
back
you.
on. You're
Whoa.
back on the podcast. You didn't fuck it up last night.
I hope I didn't. That's great, man. I love the new set. The new set looks sexy.
Thank you.
It's gorgeous, very gorgeous.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We added the cool red LED lights so you can barely see on
Yeah,
camera.
you can barely see
beautiful.
because of something's in the way, you know.
It's all right.
The
Big blue.
It's all right. We'll get that. We're gonna get the
I know,
Expresso be the
I
palate
know.
cleanser.
I like that.
We're gonna make Big Blue an official sponsor of Chiptooth Gaming and make every guest on
Drink it.
try it.
Try Big Blue.
But Nick,
Yes.
so who are you? Who is Nick Depalo? I know last time we were on there, so we've had this conversation before. But for those of you who don't know, Nick was on episode 4 of Completely Consensual.
The beginning.
The beginning, the very beginning.
Old studio and everything.
Yeah, old white walls and God, I like this so much better. Nick, you're an indie developer.
Yes.
And you're also
Trying
you
to
also
be.
have a full-time job.
Yes.
No, not trying to be. I don't
You-
like your.
I don't like that
listen
try.
here, you piece of shit. I don't like your humbleness that you've been giving me all day.
You're right.
All right.
You're right.
You are an
Can you say
indie.
it?
You're doing it.
I am an indie developer.
Thank you.
Hey.
I am the best indie developer in the
Ooh,
world.
Cocky.
Nice.
Cocky.
It's
I
the
like
espresso
it.
He goes,
talking.
don't be humble no more. And then I go, he's like, cocky. So I'm trying to find the balance.
But you are developing a little game called Adam's Ascending.
Yes.
We talked all about it last time, like your idea for it, the rough outline.
Yeah.
And today you brought first of all, on top of it, you're not just an indie developer, right? You're a full-time father, new father.
New
Congratulations,
father.
by the way.
Congrats.
I sent you some love on Twitter.
5-month-old.
5-month-old.
Wow.
And a full-time job.
Yeah.
He's a busy guy.
Yeah, he is.
Nonstop.
And I don't know if you know this, Andreas. We
What's up?
both have full-time jobs, but we don't have kids.
No.
And we do this, which is a lot less intensive and hard than making a video
This
game.
is a little bit on the
We
scale.
come and we
Yeah,
talk,
a
we
little
shoot the
bit.
shit with friends for like an hour, and then we leave.
Like no lie, like looking at what all of Nick does, I was like, all right, cool. I
Yeah,
thought I
he's
had a
like-
good plate. No,
Yeah.
no.
Hey, we're all working hard, just in different levels.
No, I
That's
mean,
it.
Yeah,
again, God tier with like how you're like
Handling
working your
everything.
work,
I hope
for
so.
your work right now. So Adam's Ascending, you brought us a build to play today.
Yeah, rough build.
Rough build. It's very early on.
Rough.
I mean, like I said, last time we talked was 6 months ago. We were talking about this early, somewhere around there. I don't remember. Let's say 6 months. 6 months ago, you only had like a handful of screenshots, about 6 screenshots. The game
Correct.
wasn't really, it couldn't get like the game capture going. It was a little frame rate, I assume.
Yep.
And you brought,
It's crashing.
we played a physical demo of Adam's Ascending today.
Yes.
How you feeling? Like, how cool is that to be able to actually show
Yeah.
off your game?
I think it's number one, a blessing to have this opportunity, because I've been beating my head against the wall a lot.
It's like, yeah, man.
Yeah, that works right too.
They work
how
both
bad it's
ways.
been.
But just, with life in general, you're always trying to get to a goal, and you're so focused on that goal that nothing else, everything becomes a blur. And to have this moment to demo, I think I was telling you before, it's like I need to go have a big fat cigar and take a shot of whiskey, because it is a moment that I have to realize, like, hey, 6 months ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when the journey started, when I was teaching myself how to code in Unity, and now I'm here, I have to treasure this moment. So the moment does feel, I'll probably cry on my way back home, but it does feel good to experience this and to be, at this stage. So
Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely.
It was amazing.
Andreas, what did you think of the game? This was you didn't know Nick before before today. This is your first time seeing the game.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
Nice
to
to meet
meet
you.
you.
I just met him right now.
Just right now,
Right
he
now.
threw him on.
Good, yeah. No, first things first, like Mikey was said, it, the credit that you deserve for all what you've been through and how you got here.
Thank you.
Like, I can imagine just one person doing all that. Like you said, full-time father,
Yeah.
job,
Yep.
indie developer, and you're at where you are, where you're at with this game. Nothing but my hat off to you, man, because I could barely tie my shoes with one person.
Thank you.
You're over here doing coding and everything, and just
Thank
looking
you.
at the game itself. Like, this is my first time hearing about it, reading about it. Mikey told me, hey, he's gonna come over here, he's gonna show us a game. I was like, oh, cool, for sure. Like, never met a guy who's into like making games and all this stuff. And just reading your story, hearing your story, I'm like, holy shit, this guy deserves every credit he deserves as far as where he's at. So
Wow.
that's why Mikey always says,
Appreciate that.
appreciate this moment, because holy shit, from like 6 months ago, it was pretty much pen and paper. Now it's like, hey, play it. And just that feeling when I first played, I was like, holy shit, dude. I can just imagine all that hard work. So again, congrats on all that. From the game,
you.
from what I saw, dude, I kind of want to play it.
Yeah.
Like, the idea of it is for sure.
Kind of actually, kind of.
Oh.
Kind of actually want to play it.
Settle down, Nick.
Kind of for real. It's like a jeez, dude. Like if it was on the demo, like maybe no. But,
It didn't crash, so thank
no,
God.
no, for sure. But just like the concept of it is just so unique, and it's out there as far as like not that many people have done it. So just having that option of like to play that style of game. Well, we could go into detail of what it's about, but still.
Yeah, so I'll just give the run. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
go give
sure
the rundown real quick, and then I'll give my
I'll-
opinion.
I would love to hear
typically
this.
lets
This is
you
going to
give
be
the
awesome.
rundown of the thing, but
I
I'll
want
give you
it.
a rundown.
Yeah.
All right. So there's this game, Adam's Ascending, right?
Adam was saying.
Sounds good, dude. Cool name. The double A's. I like that.
I'll let you do like the actual pitch, but from what I've played of the game and what I've talked to Nick about, Adam's Ascending is not Isaac's Ascending.
I was thinking about that. I was
Yeah.
thinking about that. I was like, it's not a bad name.
Adam's Ascending is essentially a life form for Earth. who wants to explore life outside of Earth, and he goes to Mars. He explores around. Something happens, and all of a sudden he's teleported to this other world. And essentially, this game hits on 3 main themes: the hope, faith
and
love.
Which we all need in
got
life.
it.
Hope, faith, and
Yes,
love.
sir.
And essentially, you're on this island, and this island has 2 different paths that you can take. You could take left, or you could take right. And depending on the path that you go, one's going to be destruction, one's going to be the not easier path, but the more
Difficult, yeah.
There's the difficult
There's the
path,
difficult
and
one,
then
and
the easier would say more of, letting go of yourself, where the harder path is going to really dive deep in the ideas of, hey, you're going to have to be tactical. You're going to need to not only solve the environmental puzzles that are around you, but also the enemy types, where the easier path is going to be really just diving deep into, hey, this is for anybody who just wants to explore and feel a story.
Yeah, and that's where I really like the game. That's where that idea.
It's so cool.
That's when I'm like, oh, okay. That's when I kind of want to play the game.
Because we were talking about it, and this. You said this was the first time you've heard said like this, but it's essentially 2 different games. Because you go left,
that's cool.
You were talking about how it's gonna be more combat based. You're gonna use your gun a little bit more. It's gonna be harder enemies. The things that you find along the way are gonna be more about picking things up and grabbing things and collecting things as you go. And then the right side of the game, you're gonna be going down the path, and it's gonna be more puzzle based. It's gonna be more like
story,
the witness type story, puzzle based
journey
game.
Journey.
Journey.
Very journey.
It does have a heavy.
The very
journey
beginning,
vibe.
that's when I got the vibe of that, where it's just like you there,
Talking to your mic,
chilling.
Talking to your mic.
chilling in there.
Chilling.
No, but like you said, that's the kind of game you're going for, and that's what I really like about it, where the player, get to discover everything.
Yeah, I think my focus from the beginning was just, I'm so tired of seeing menus and click here and tutorials, and I really wanted the game to be the interface. I don't think we've really seen that too often in games, where it's like, hey, there is no main menu, there is no start button, you're there. You're part of this world. The world is, you go this way, you've just chose your hard option. You chose this way, your medium and your easy option, and that's the way you're going. So
that's what's so cool about it, and I love that. So you showed a hub world about how you have to go back and save your game, and we were talking about it. Man, I miss you want to earn
style back in the day, man. You want to earn your balls saves. Trying to find a saved room, and try to save your games.
Exactly. So I think that's so cool that you're bringing back the hub world, and then both of the paths end up diverging, and you're going to be getting to what the answer was. So your pitch, give us the pitch that you gave in the beginning of the demo, just so this is the story based. But in terms of the mechanics and everything, I'm all in on this game in terms of you're playing this one's gonna be more shooting, this one's gonna be more of your third person shooter actiony vibe, but it's gonna be a lot harder. This one's gonna be your witness puzzle based journey style game.
Absolutely.
I think that's so cool. I don't think we've seen nothing I've ever seen. And this is the thing, we always talk about originality, and it's hard for original ideas, right? Even the stuff that we do is a bunch of amalgamations of content that we like and putting it together.
Absolutely.
This idea I have not seen before, in terms of what the initial vision. Again, games change over time as you develop on it. Yeah. But from what I've heard and from what I've seen in the rough bare bones version of the game that it is right now, I can think of anything. I could think of games that are kind of bits and pieces of it, but it's I can't think of a particular game where it's they've done this, where it's 2 different paths, because you always get this is the good path and the evil path.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's nah, this is the same game though. It doesn't change up a ton.
No, and that's the cool thing about it, because at the end of the day, love, faith,
wins.
Exactly. It all comes back to that idea
to the center mountain
of faith. Just because I remember when Mikey was playing it, he chose the faith side, and then the puzzle was based on faith. Hey, walk the bridge. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It was cool. It all connects, and just that idea of how everything connects back to what the idea of the game was. I like it. I love it, just because there's so many games where it's hey, this is the main objective, but you got to go there first.
Yeah.
And just all right, for what?
Yeah.
This is just, it all ties to the main idea of the game. So that's when I was like, okay, I fucks with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man. No, I'm just trying to. I literally, to give you more backstory, literally woke up from a dream 3 years ago of this idea, and I was like, oh, that'd be a cool idea. So I just started brainstorming it and putting it together, and I just wanted to. Biggest thing for me is for it to, those puzzles you experience, they're going to be really you need to tap into the gameplay that's within your own heart. I don't want it to just be gameplay on the screen. I want you to say, oh, I'm not going to give away too many spoilers, but there's a faith-based puzzle. It's like, it's going to need the player to pull that out of themselves to solve it. There's nothing in the world that's really going to hint on it. It's more of, hey, you're going to have to take a leap in literally stepping your foot into nothing and to land on something to cross a path.
Yeah, we talked about like that. I don't know. I got lost here. No, with the that puzzle, I'm going to talk about it because it's puzzles like this that are going to be real cool. And again, once it's like fleshed out and more in the world, you're going to see something. It's going to be like written, like etched in stone, like walk by faith, not by sight. And then you're going to see like a little beginning of a bridge, and then like at the other end, a little beginning of a bridge, but like a blown out bridge or whatever. And then you just start walking, and all of a sudden you're walking on water, and it's a cool idea, like little things, puzzles like that, or like little things where you have to just kind of go like let me try. Let's see what this does. And Crash Bandicoot did kind of going back to Crash Bandicoot. Did something like that. I just remember like being blown away. Like there's something, because like obviously that's something we talked about in the last podcast about like that's what it's gonna do. In terms of the game, like you described that puzzle exactly. But when you don't expect it, like with the Crash Bandicoot, there's like a little bonus level, and you like go off to the side, and all of a sudden you're walking on other platforms.
That's
it's
cool.
Like I remember being like, oh, but like this is like so cool. Like whoa, this is crazy that they did this. Yeah. So it's just cool things like that. That's what I like about it. So again, back to what I was gonna say. Give the pitch. Give the actual story pitch of the game, like you gave us in the beginning.
I'll try my best. So you play as Adam. First of all, it's a third-person exploration adventure puzzle game, but you play as Adam, who's an interstellar miner, interstellar explorer who's been sent to the moon of Mars, which is an actual moon called Phobos, I think is the way you pronounce it. Yeah, it is. And it's actually in real life, it's falling apart as we speak. So it kind of like goes hand to hand. He's on this moon, exploring the territories, looking for life. His dream, his passion, his want forever is I just want to find life. I want to find life. So he's there doing that, and the sensors pick up something, an anomaly, and he starts going to explore, which, long story short, leads to him to this dimension on his journey, on his search for life. Maybe he'll find it, maybe he'll find something else, but that's pretty much the basic principle of the story, and where it's going to lead you down these paths of finding life using faith, hope, and love, and having a revelation within yourself. So that's pretty much the simple concept of the game. Hopefully that explained it.
No, it did. No, for sure.
Okay. The story aspect of it, and then like I said, I'm a big fan. And when I tell you,
you're the biggest fan.
Like,
thank you.
Like when I tell you, like,
hopefully one day you're talking about this like Crash
it's
too.
Gonna like I'm telling you, it's
right?
this
Nothing.
is,
I mean,
release the collector's edition.
But no, I'm excited to see where this goes, and we're gonna get this thing funded. Like this thing is gonna like I'm telling you, you're gonna get this published, and I'm just excited for you. Like this is so cool, and like I've reached out to you for like the thing when you do your like Kickstarter. Like I said I'd be willing to like come and help you with the video to do it, because I don't know I don't know if you know this. I'm doing this because I can't make games.
We'll talk about them, but about making them.
Because I can't. I physically can't. I physically can't because when I was a kid, I was like, man, like I really want to be in the games industry. How am I going to get in? I tell this story all the time. People are probably sick of me hearing me say it. But I was like, how am I going to get in the games industry? And then I was like, ooh, I'll do art. I'll do art for games. That would be really cool. I'll be an artist for games. And I was like, man, I don't have an artistic bone in my body, like in terms of like actually a pen to paper.
It's all doodles.
I was like,
stick man.
It's not good. So then I was like, okay, what else? So this is about 6th grade. I was like, okay, what else can I like do? How can I get in the game industry? I was like, I'll program. How hard is programming?
Dude, that's the easiest job there is, dude. Art's so hard, dude.
Exactly. And then I was like, oh man, it's a lot of math. I can't do this. It's a lot of moving pieces.
Numbers. Where
I know. I was like,
come from?
No. So I was like, okay, I can't do that. And then in like my computer class in middle school. I was browsing the internet and I came across IGN and I came across this podcast called Podcast Beyond.
Like, what?
And I was like, oh my God, people get paid to talk about this shit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is awesome. And then I fell in love with like the formatting of podcasts.
Yeah.
And like that became like my Saturday morning cartoons. Like that was
That's
like,
awesome.
that was what I did. Like I didn't
Digest
watch
that.
TV a lot. Like I listened to a ton of podcasts and Podcast Beyond specifically. And then I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. And then that's why I'm up here. This we've told the story before.
Yeah.
I want to hear it.
But we told on the last pod. You go check out.
I love it.
Consensual, episode 4.
Episode 4.
But yeah, so it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's one of those things that's so easy to critique, but it's hard to do. And I think that's why, the critics are going to critique because you're not doing.
Yeah.
And that's what I was telling you earlier is like, stop with like the apologies of like,
the
this
game's
is
rough. It's a rough
fresh
draft.
draft.
Don't worry.
I'm just making a game. It's
Yeah.
no big deal, guys. It's kind of really good idea. No, it's one of those things where it's so easy to sit there and be like, why did Naughty Dog do this? Like, what are you doing? I hate this game. Like, blah, blah, blah. But okay, you do it then. Like, you make a game.
Absolutely. I would.
Exactly.
And everybody says, and
Completely
they'll talk
agree.
about it. Oh, I have this idea for a game. It's like comedians. People will come up to a comedian after a show. I was just listening to your Mom's House podcast, and they were talking about this. They will come up to a comedian after a show and be like, "Hey, man, like, I'm not a comedian, so here you go. Here's some of my jokes. Like, you can use it if you want."
Hey, dude.
And then they'll email him and they'll hit him up after. And it's like, no, like, do it. Like, if you have this idea, do it. And you're doing it. And you're doing it with a full plate at that. So it's like one of those things where it's like Andrea said, hats off to you, because it's like, I could sit there and talk about it all day, but I can't. That's not where my skills side. Mine's more the video side. So it's like, with the helping you with the Kickstarter, it's like, I'm willing to lend my talents anywhere I can.
Yeah, I would say anything you do in your life, whether it's a game or just a podcast, if you're passionate about it and you have a real drive to do it, you'll figure it out. 3 years ago, I started this and I had no clue. Like, I was like, how do I make a player go forward? Like, what? This is insane. Like, you got to do all this to make this little thing happen. But if you're passionate about it and you have the drive, you go from the first stage to the second stage to the next stage, and then eventually you're there and you're living the dream, or you even go beyond it. No pun intended. But yeah, so it's about chasing your dreams. It's about being fueled, and I appreciate all the feedback and encouragement and embracing
Like I said, you are one of the most positive people I've ever met.
No, for
in
sure.
my
Just
life.
like meeting him today, I'm like, dude, I feel so much better about myself.
Yeah, I know.
What is going on?
I haven't let it out yet, so
It's great because you're right. It's when I'm gonna be going on Geekly Biweekly today. I don't know when they're posting it. It just be interviewed, and they sent me like a written interview too to like fill out, and it's one of those things that they asked me is like, well, do you have like any advice? And like my advice is, don't like. Andreas said is too, like from Parks and Rec, don't half-ass anything. Like in terms of like if you're gonna do it, like
go all out. Yep.
Yeah, because it's like one of those things where it's like, I could put up, like I could easily do this podcast without any of this stuff.
Yeah.
And just have it be white walls and have us
do it
talking.
in your shower,
and
dude.
it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, we could, but like
We don't want to be like that.
If I'm using this as like a resume builder, if I'm using this to like be able to get my foot in the door somewhere, or have kind of funny, I want them to look at it and be like, I'm really impressed. Like I'm like this is really good.
No, yeah,
And it's one of those things where it's like that's what's gonna get people's attention, and that's what I saw with your game, even though it's so early on, and I still think it looks really good for how early on it looked. Like even the lush environments, and like you booted on the snow level for a little bit, and it was like. I was impressed. Like, it was one of those things where it's like, do it, keep doing it.
Yeah.
But do it to your best of your ability. Obviously, you're not going to be able to spend as much money as I did, which, like I said, is probably not the best investment, because who knows if it will pay off. But it's one of those things where it's, I'm going to invest in it, because it's like, what else am I going to be doing? This is what I want to do.
Believe in your dream.
Believe in it, yeah.
And that's what you're investing in. And whether it's time, whether it's money, whatever we all try to do, it's trying to do it as professionally as possible, because that's how you push yourself to the next place. So it's beautiful.
No, exactly. The tenacity that both of you guys have is
like a fourth. I don't know our camera. You know what I mean?
You can make it happen.
I know. It's just one of those things.
Cool.
Where like I said, your story is inspiring, and the game's awesome, and everyone, like, I can't wait for everyone to be able to get their hands on it, because I know the second that this like hits wherever it's going to be going, like, I'm very excited.
Hey, yeah, hopefully we'll try to get into GDC 2019. I'm trying to find some submissions and deadlines and things like that, and then Kickstarter hopefully in March during GDC. I think it's usually March, so it'd be super cool to do all that and just keep chipping away at it, man.
Yeah.
We're just chipping away, all of us. So it's awesome to be. Let's just soak it up.
So
whatever anybody does, just soak it up, because we're, like I said, we're all trying to get to the next level or wherever we're trying to go to, and it's so easy to just want to get there and not enjoy where you are right now. So whatever you do, just soak it up.
No, yeah,
soak up every moment.
Just like you said, what you were telling us earlier about, your friend with the whale and all that. Enjoy the ride.
Context, that sounds
enjoy
so
the ride.
Weird. I like how you just
exactly
dropped in
a random story. It's like, wait, what happened?
Nobody knows.
That's why I said it.
Your friend with the whale.
Yeah, Free Willy, right?
Yeah, sure, man. Make it up in your mind. Something happened with that whale.
I can give the backstory on that whale real quick.
Oh, is there anything else you want to say on your game before we move on to the news, the housekeeping, the more traditional part of it? Like I said, from when you've been on, this show has changed twice. It's gone from
That's beautiful,
Joe Rogan
man.
style, and then it's gone from very traditional news style, and then now it's a mix of both, which I like. I really did like the last podcast and how it went.
We're probably going to change it again.
Probably.
Well, yeah, about the game, I think I just got probably another 6 months of completing all the levels and getting things ready and getting ready for the Kickstarter, and hopefully the game's really just inspirational. That's what I want the game to do. I want people to play it. I want people to feel it and to experience it, and to just get up and go, holy crap, this game motivated me to go chase my own dream. It's not just, I'm so tired of playing a game, but like, that was a great story. Okay, next. And I'm just consuming the next thing. I want something to move you, to punch you in your freaking face, and to make you get fired up for life. So hopefully this is what that game does.
That's nice, man.
Yeah.
Follow it. Adam's Ascending. Instagram.
At Depalo.
At Depalo on Twitter.
Nick Depalo on
all
Instagram. All of it.
And then you have a couple Adam's Ascending accounts, right? Too?
Yeah, they just started.
Just follow at Depalo. Because he
just
updates
I post
all
everything.
the time on there, and it's
Depalo.
awesome to see the progression.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
Number 2, Nick Depalo. Now, I heard a word on the street is you never had Big Blue.
Oh my
Word
god!
on the streets.
So, in
Big
classic
Blue.
Mike Doherty fashion,
Oh my god!
I got some Big Blue here for you to try. Please sponsor
I'm
us.
pumped. Big Blue. Let's give this.
Andreas
this
was a big
podcast-
fan last time. He said he only drinks Big Blue now.
I heard it tastes like bleach, so I'm excited to.
That's why
it
I
looks
chugged.
like bleach. It probably is bleach.
Probably why I chugged it
Look
all.
at that. Oh, it's literally.
Yeah, I probably pulled you too much.
you're-
If you don't like it,
if
don't
you're
feel like you have to
listening
drink
to
it.
this, it's literally eating the glass cup away. It's dissolving.
Hey, what
Andres?
happened, dude?
You son of a bitch.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Smells like
I'll get you a...
nothing, but
Sounds like
it smells like nothing.
That's exactly what I said.
Get
That's
the
exactly
aroma,
what I
Get
said.
the aroma.
No, it's like a little bit.
See,
of
he just said
cotton
espresso.
candy.
He's treating it like an espresso right now. He's like,
I know, he's
smelling
Dude,
it.
you
Yes,
have
he's
to
drinking
soak
it.
up.
It's very aromatic.
Yeah, it's the Italian way of doing stuff. You have to smell it for like 5 minutes, and then you got to put it in. Here we go. To a successful, healthy future.
With your water.
my water, bro.
Here we go.
Not drinking
Hopefully, I don't die.
No, it's a lot at first. it takes a couple sips.
Dude, you know what?
No, don't.
Yeah, fuck you, Andres,
No,
you
don't.
piece of shit.
Don't act like you like it. Oh, he's
Oh
shaking it now.
my god, he's going for it.
I don't know how.
Hey, congratulations, you have diabetes now.
How, Sway? How's he doing that?
That's not bad, dude.
It's good.
It's like a smooth, bubbly
You're literally
with like a touch of flavor.
Thank you.
It's like candy, kind of. It's like
Buy
cotton
this
candy,
man's
dude.
game. He knows
It's like
God
cotton
damn.
candy, dude. I wouldn't drink it every day, but
Oh, yeah,
it's you know what
Just-
this, if you froze this and you made it like little popsicles.
That's at a spa, though.
Oh, that's what one of my roommates, Jules, was saying. It tastes like the
You can say it.
Rispato.
There you go.
Dude,
He said
thank
it
you.
perfectly fine.
Now, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go get something to clean up Andres' mess.
I know what you're talking about.
See, he was so amped up on the
was.
espresso. Whoop.
Oh god, this is
I'll
stupid.
turn this way.
Andres,
Hold on, I'll turn.
Go,
Oh, I could
go in to the
Should I turn this way?
dryer, toward the dryer, and it's a blue thing right there. on top of the washer.
Go into the
It's alright. It's alright.
Netflix
It's
of
a blue-
games.
No, it's a blue on like the actual dry. There's a blue rag. Yeah, there you go.
Don't you have paper towels, dog?
No.
You should just let this roll, man.
Oh my
Go.
god!
Just let it
This is
roll,
all
dude.
staying in.
Good.
This is
They
all-
didn't even know it was happening.
We're doing a
Nobody
cleanup.
knows.
And this is how we
My
roll at Chip
eyes
Tooth Gaming.
started watering as I was down in this, but it was good. I should pour it in.
Like I said, it's not something you want every day.
big bloop.
People just saw that this is not a wall.
What do you mean?
It is a
dude?
wall, man.
It's a wall.
I just went to another dimension. It's like
It was pretty cool.
We're gonna make the
Big
best of our
blue.
space. So let's get into some housekeeping before we get started here and talk about some news that happened this week.
Yeah.
Like I said, we have a lot on the docket this week. We might cover all the news. We might not cover much of the news. It just depends on, like I said, how the conversation flows. That's what Completely Consensual is all about. So, housekeeping this week. We're still in the new set. So, like I said, it's awesome. I love it. I love the new look. Let us know in the comments down below how you like the new set. And then I love it. Right here. And then new schedule. We covered this last week.
Yeah, we
Our
did.
new shows. Wednesdays are Couch Clash. Thursdays are Completely Consensual. And every Friday, Pixel Splat. Now, today, this is going up Thursday, late Thursday, because this is Thursday, because Sean Flowers is a little coward.
No, he had a grinder day. Remember?
I know. No, so he is not here today. He has some meeting. With
Yeah.
he was very like dodgy
A
about the whole
meeting.
thing. He's like, I have a
It
meeting.
sounds like he's. Doing
I got to
some
see a
sketchy
guy
shit
about a
like,
dog.
I gotta go see somebody. I was like, what?
You know,
I just gotta
you
do
know,
it.
You're Italian, old Italian
The
uncles. I
meetings,
gotta go see a guy about a
I
dog.
gotta go see
That
about.
means you're
Every
taking
time
somebody
that means
out.
you're picking up some like crack,
taking somebody out.
some coke, or
I gotta see about a thing real quick. Like, what?
Yeah.
No, that's literally what happened. I was like, all right, dude, we got you.
Yeah, so that's our new schedule. Pixel Flats are gonna be every other Friday. Fortnite Couch Clash is up right now. Go check it out. Me and Sean, the gruesome twosome, go in, get some
Gruesome
kills.
twosome,
Get
really?
some kills. Did you not watch the Let's Play? Because
I saw the
referenced
Let's
this
Play,
many
and I
times.
just saw you guys just. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah,
I was
we didn't do good. There's an old picture of Andres in that Let's Play, so go give that a like.
That's
Him
probably
in
like
his
that.
braces.
I know I had braces back then. Oh my god, dude, those are.
And then
old
KB's
days.
$2,000 Batman suit he put together himself.
I seen that. That was $2,000.
No, it wasn't.
Holy shit!
No, it
Because he
wasn't.
did it. He bought like motorcycle armor.
What the
He
fuck?
just went all out.
And he cut it up himself.
Wait, he
Have
bought
some
the
big
armor.
blue, dude. Have some big blue.
Wait, so hold on. We're not getting away from this real quick.
Yeah, he spent a lot of money.
No. He bought motorcycle gear
And turned it into Batman
and
armor.
cut it.
He turned it into Batman armor. He
I
customized his Batman
I am
suit.
confused.
Yeah, I used to make Batman armor when I was a little kid.
So he
out
was
of
like a
cardboard,
cosplayer without
dude.
being a
Kyle was
cosplayer.
like 23 at the time.
See, he was a cosplayer without even knowing it.
That's what it was. So, I mean, yeah, so that's in there. What else was in there? Sean just being Sean, you know?
John, yeah.
Hey,
you.
go big or go home. That's
what it
man.
is.
So I like it. So, yeah, go check that out.
That's a
Go
funny
give that a
video.
like
It's cool.
over in Couch Clash, youtube.com/tooth gaming, where you're watching this now, or you're listening over on the iTunes. It's a fun time. I really like Couch Clash.
It was fun.
It's a fun
For sure.
show, little
Cool
fun
stuff.
show that we do. And then we have a Facebook group now. So
Yes, sir.
go join the Facebook group. I made that last night
You
about
did?
4 a.m.
Got a notification
Just
like,
made
all
it. It's
right,
like-
great.
Andreas hit
fresh.
me up in the group chat that we have, and he's like, Mikey's not going to bed until 6 in the morning.
I called him, yeah, and I was like, yeah, he's not going to sleep anytime soon.
I'm just playing to the camera.
So go join the Facebook group. Go join the conversation. Talk like I said.
Have
That's
a
where a lot of our
conversation.
conversations are
Yeah.
going to be. Like I said, respectful toward everyone's like opinions and toward things.
Anything,
And
games.
just like now, I could sit across from Andreas and Sean and Nick, and like we could disagree on something, and we can respectfully talk about it. That's what this group is.
Amen.
This group
Yeah.
is going to be all gaming news and nerd culture and just nerdiness that you want to talk about. We'll drop it in there and we
Definitely.
talk about it, and like just fun, silly memes, whatever. You know,
Yeah.
make the group your own.
I'm going to post that I don't like Big Blue. See what happens.
Oh,
Big
you
Blue.
son of a bitch! I will take you to the mat on this.
Oh, by the way, I love the organization of this. This is beautiful how everything's just lined up and you guys are banging it out. So,
You gotta.
listen, it's happening. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Have
Like I
some-
said,
have a shot of Big Blue.
hopefully, I put this news together. Not, I got the articles last night, but
Yeah.
I formatted it like this, like
Right now.
2 hours ago before everyone
Right
got
now.
here. So yeah, we'll see what goes on. Like I said, I like it. I'm trying to work on getting the news to everyone, but like a couple days before.
No, it'll be good.
But anyway, and then last thing, please go subscribe and rate on iTunes. It means so much to us.
Do it.
Please do it. Because that helps us out a ton.
Like right now.
Yeah, right now. Stop.
Right now.
Stop what you're doing.
We'll wait.
Right? Put down the steering wheel.
Just
And
off
go-
your Formula One
Go,
car.
go rate us right now, you sons of bitches. You're all cowards.
Go.
Yeah. So that
Appreciate
is
it. Thank you.
Housekeeping. Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you
for
so
that.
much.
Thank you.
We appreciate
We do
every single one of you.
appreciate
Yeah. I like to play a character sometimes. Okay.
And
so
yeah.
let's get into some news. So the
Yep.
first one I really wanted to talk to Nick about.
Oh, I was
because-
thinking about this one.
Yeah, because you're developing game, as we talked about in the first
Yeah.
30 minutes of this podcast.
Yeah.
The industry seems to be going toward the streaming, like trying to experiment with the streaming format of games, of like how you interact with games, how you buy games, how you get games. They want. It seems like the end goal is Netflix, like a Netflix for video games.
Absolutely.
And that's what this article is titled, actually. Netflix of games, a threat to developers. This is from gamesindustry.biz by Brendan Sinclair. So essentially, like I said, we don't run down like each article like word for word.
Yeah.
But essentially, what's going on here is he's talking about how hard it is for developers already to be able to get a publisher's attention and then get paid for like a fair price for their game, essentially. So let me just read a little bit of it. So downloadable subscription game services and on-demand game streaming are not new. The former has been around in one form or another since the early 1980s. The latter is almost a decade old already. But what is new is the fever with which the industry has been pursuing both ideas of late. Sony had both PlayStation family of systems for years. Microsoft, Electronic Arts have their own subscriptions and both announced plans for streaming services at E3. So again, everyone's kind of getting in on this. Everyone has a subscription service right now. Like I said, the end goal is the subscription, like Netflix for games.
Yeah.
Even Microsoft talked about it during the E3 conference a little bit, talking about streaming, focusing on that.
Games Pass, like
Well,
Games
no,
Pass
exactly. That's what
is-
we're talking about, right? Yeah.
Is basically you pay this $10 a month and you
Bam.
get
Oh, the
20,
EA
10,
access, I
whatever.
think it's called.
Yeah, EA access. You get
is one of
a
them.
week early. You
Anything
get these games
EA,
early. So like that's really
Battlefront.
like that. That's really enticing to people. Like, oh shit! Like I get the game a week early and I just don't buy it physically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's one of these things where it's okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But how is this viable? Like how games are massively expensive to make and probably more massive to make in terms of like than movies.
Yeah.
I say
absolutely.
a game's more expensive to make in terms of a movie because it takes longer.
No, it does.
And you're not paying for like that many like big stars, but I mean, like we saw with Nick's game, very intensive. Like Nick even said, Nick was part of the movie industry. He was part of the TV industry.
Yeah.
He said making a movie is easy.
Yeah,
Games
it's
where it's
easier.
really hard.
Easier.
It's way easier.
You said easy. Don't backtrack.
I know.
It's like, no,
It's
that's-
easy. It is easy. Anything else to add? I think that's it is going streaming.
Well, yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about it, but
Yeah,
there's
there's
one thing where here. Okay, so the companies investing in streaming services for the future are not doing so with the intent of simply monetizing forgotten bits of their back catalogs. They are looking to be first movers in the next industry disruption. They want to be for game streaming what Steam has been for PC gaming. What Steam has been for PC gaming.
Yeah.
They want to be Netflix or a Spotify. They want to be the gatekeeper every developer feels obligated to deal with because their platform is where the audience is. If they can do that, it will be great for them, obviously, but it would even be great. It may even be great for gamers, but they'll be able to keep up with the latest blockbusters for a fraction of the price it would cost today. But it could be disastrous for creators and make an idea of a sustainable career in an independent game developer's team that much more of a pipe dream.
Man.
And there are some statistics here, so I'm just gonna let you guys talk about this. Like, how do you feel these? Like you said, there are already gatekeepers. It's already hard to get your game published. So is this could be good for gamers, this could be good for the publishers, but is this good for developers? Is this good for people like Nick Depalo? Like, how is Nick going to be able to get his? They might publish his game.
Yeah, they'll publish it.
But how much of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction are you going to get of that game? Because again, those numbers aren't tracked on Netflix.
Yeah.
They don't care about how many people are watching
Yep.
X, Y, and Z. They're caring how many people are signing up for the subscription.
Recurring
That's
fees.
recurring, all that.
That's it.
They don't share numbers. They don't.
What I'm going to be scared of, I mean, it's going to help, but it's going to hurt, I feel like, us, the consumer. Yeah, sure, the game will be available on their platform and everything, but guess what? To get the full game or to get this game, in-game, all in-game purchases.
I feel like that's where we're
feel
at
like-
now.
And it's just going to be worse. Like, yeah, they'll put the platform, like, we don't care. Like, as long as it's the platform, we'll charge you $5 for the game. Here, download the game. But if you want to download this part of the game, you pay us directly to get it, to access it.
I feel like that's an like I feel like that's always going to be kind of over the game industry's head in terms of like in the back, like the boogeyman, the shadow man, like like he wants to get your money in game. But I feel like the bigger scare here is how many times are we going to get a Call of Duty? How many times are we going to get an Uncharted? How many times, like these big AAAs, yeah, they're good, but like a lot of it's just a bunch of regurgitated shit that we've seen over and over and over again. So when Nick Depalo comes out with a really good game idea, how is he going to be able to get that funded? How is he going to be able to make that a plausible thing? Because when everyone's concentrating on the big titles that bring people in and get them to subscribe, then it's like, okay, then all the money's going toward them. How much that pie is left for a Nick Depalo of the world? It's just one of those things where I think that's where it hurts gamers is, we're going to be getting less interesting games. Like, we're going to be getting more Call of Duties and Battlefields.
Battle Royales and more of
bring
those.
you over.
Oh, God.
But I think there's going to be a balance. Obviously, I think you're going to have your options. I think they're going to go... I could only think of a couple scenarios where it's like, all right, you release your game the normal way, and for a month, let's say Star Wars comes out, right? It's not going to be on Netflix instantly. They're going to make their money in the theaters first. Then they're going to do release on Blu-ray, on digital, whatever, and then it goes to streaming like a Netflix.
One day we'll get there.
So one day it'll probably just all be there, but I think there's going to be... It's a new battlefield. I think they need to just figure out how they're going to sustain it and go, hey, do we just release a Halo instantly on the streaming service, or do we, let it release first as a game, or maybe you're just doing that with first-party games, or you're just streaming first-party games and third-party games, you'll just release them normally, and then they'll come over to the streaming platform. So it's kind of, and like you said, the indie side of it, do they just go, hey, you're going to get 1% of, of how many people play this, and you're just like, okay, I'll take it because you're here, or you go, okay, and you start negotiating and you figure out where to go from there. But I think it's new, so there's going to be new insight and new data that comes out that kind of, like any new industry, gaming is totally different than film, so it's going to be a balance between finding that out. But I think it's all going streaming, 100%. I think if you don't go streaming, it's. I know some people like me. I want to buy my game. I want to have my game.
No,
but I know,
physical.
And in the end, it's up to us. It's the consumer that decides. Just like Xbox in the beginning, the recent gen, tried to do their thing, and the customer said no. And they changed. So they could come out and say, "Hey, streaming's the future." But if everybody goes, "No, I want to buy physical," or "I want to buy digital," then that's the way it'll continue to go. So it's up to us to decide with our wallet in the end.
No, he's absolutely right.
Speak with your wallet. That's the greatest way to get in the industry's head in terms of like a company's head.
I mean, I'll get...
Speak with your wallet.
I had something to say real quick because I was confused.
Okay, go.
About the Netflix for games. So what's Sony? Aren't they kind of doing it right now?
They have PlayStation Now, but it's
that's not the same thing.
It is because it's all streaming.
Yeah,
you're streaming your game.
So that's the thing. So with that, are they using Sony's model a little bit of how it's working, how it's going? Because I don't know the numbers of PlayStation Now. Like out of all my friends who have PlayStations,
I don't think
not
Sony
one
does
has freaking PlayStation Now.
I think they're making some dough off of it. That's why it's still going, because I know Sony...
I don't know how
they invested $4.5 billion into Gaikai back when they were
hemorrhaging
money. They were just like bleeding
Oh,
out. And
Gaikai,
they
I
invested
remember.
in Gaikai.
The game.
That was like
the-
right around PlayStation All Stars.
The cloud
too.
service and all that
When
stuff,
that
right?
came out,
I
yeah.
remember that crap. I
Have
remember
you
it was
tried
on
PlayStation
E3.
now? Has anybody tried?
Nope.
I have.
I have.
It's I.
It was okay for even 5-6 years ago.
Because the
You know.
way I remember when I tried to play it, or my bad, getting my
No. Go ahead.
PlayStation now is like, hey, you want this game? You want to rent it for a week? Here's the price, right?
Yeah, you could do that, or I think you just pay like the monthly fee and
Yeah,
you can
and
play
get,
anything.
anything.
I think the reason it hasn't exploded is because it hasn't taken PS4 games into account. I think it's just PS3
It's just
games.
It's still
PS3
PS3
it's
and
just
2?
PS3 games.
Yeah, I don't even think
Oh,
PS2.
no,
it's
Not
just
even
PS3.
It's just PS3 games.
And I think that's why
That's
it
why it
hasn't
hasn't-
exploded, or maybe they're waiting.
Dude,
Well, 'cause imagine if they
PlayStation
did.
1, PlayStation
No,
2,
give me some
PlayStation
Metal
3,
Gear.
We wouldn't
PlayStation
get
some
4.
Metal
We
Gear.
wouldn't get no remastered Crash. We wouldn't get no remastered.
That's why they haven't
Spyro.
done
We
it.
wouldn't get any of
I
that.
don't know. I don't know. Because
What do you
there's
mean?
still a
You
market
do
for
know
it.
because it's already out.
I have the
What you mean?
Crash Bandicoot games. I could play them anytime I want.
But you have to connect. Oh, really? You're gonna go through the hassle of connecting your PlayStation and doing all
I
that?
want them for a new generation. I want them revamped. I want them to look beautiful. Clean. So I got some numbers here, actually. So
Hit me with numbers.
We don't have Sean, so we don't have the facts. But let me give you
Facts,
some
B.
facts right now. All right. A new report from City GSP or GPS this month. Sorry, again, getting used to switching between the news and not. A new report from City GPS this month determined that the U.S. music industry's $43 billion in revenue. Artists only pocket about 12% of the rest of the money, going to the various middlemen between themselves and the audience. While this is actually up from the artist's share of just 7%. In 2000, the report makes it clear that the growth isn't coming from streaming services. It's instead coming from concerts, a revenue stream with no clear parallel for game developers.
What's that mean, Mikey?
12% of So Nick makes a game, right?
Okay.
Billions. So billions of units, right?
Okay.
He's only seeing 12% of that money.
Why you're getting dicked?
But that's what I'm
You're getting
saying.
dick,
If
Nick.
they're accepting 12%, then they're maybe making dough even off that 12%. And I know it's sad to be like, dude, but you could get 100%. But sometimes if you're selling billions or millions of whatever tracks, music tracks, and you're getting 12%, maybe they're like, hey, I'm good. And
good with that.
and then they're getting sponsorship from Spotify or whatever, and they're getting marketing that way. Maybe sometimes it's balanced, like, hey, we'll give you 12%, but then we're gonna advertise you everywhere on Spotify,
Yeah.
or we're gonna push you. So it's
I guess
It's
so.
tough.
You're positive. You're a lot
Yeah,
more
I'm a positive guy.
You're a lot more positive on this than I thought you were going to
Yeah,
be.
I thought you're gonna be like, fuck that.
well, I think just like the concert concept, it's the same thing with the film concept. It's gonna hit theaters first, then it does it run, and then it goes
But
streaming.
they see a lot more
Streaming
than 12%.
digital.
So it's the same thing where I think gaming is going to do the same thing, where you're going to have the game released, then it's going to do this, that, and then it'll go to the streaming. So the developer will make their money and then go, okay, now I'll make less money, but it's streamed and more people
could get it. Yeah, because that's the idea.
And I made my money.
Yeah.
So it's
That
kind
makes
of, I think that's the route.
Yeah.
That's just the positive side.
Yeah.
There's
because
always
I feel
the
like 12%.
backdoor shady
like,
business.
Think about. So we were talking about today when you're like, man, it would be cool to pay a team, and I would need to make this much to pay a team. So imagine that yard line just moved.
Yeah, definitely further.
50 yards further.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it really, for me, I always go to like, all right, I'm going to build this for me. I'm going to fund it, and I'm going to be able to hopefully self-publish, and then profit with that will pay for a team or whatnot. Or I think we're in the era of trying to do things your own way.
Yeah, because
yeah.
there's so much
you're
tools at our disposal.
Yeah.
getting robbed in every direction. So it's like, yeah, I'll put in the work. I'll suffer for a year, 2 years, 3 years, but then you'll get a bigger return instead of just being like, hey, publisher, take half my profit, but you get great marketing.
50% is still a lot more than 12%.
Oh yeah,
you know
no,
what I mean?
12% is bad. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
Like I'm not being like,
Made
yeah,
it sound like you were
12%
cool, like,
great.
yeah.
But I was saying more like there's probably some workarounds with musicians or artists or whatever.
Well, because their workarounds are concerts.
Yeah,
their
so
workarounds
there's
are
probably
like
setups.
that's
where they
things
get their
like that.
thing.
That's where they get
They're
their
not
money.
losing money, and even though it seems like to us they're losing money, they're making money somewhere. But yeah, 12% sucks. It's like that's what Spotify should make off the sales. Like, hey, you're getting all of this, you're getting 90%.
Yeah, 12. You're
And
getting
I'll take
12%,
it,
and all
yeah.
you get the.
It's like,
but they flip at them.
yeah, so it's a tough, being an artist in any form, you got to do it because you love it.
you gotta suffer for your art.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear. Well,
It's going streaming. That's
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I don't want it either.
Dude. I love playing my physical copies, my digital downloads, but it's going there.
You know, fucking Apple Watch. How many steps do you
at?
at? Yeah, how many hella
He's
steps
taking
you at?
steps under the table.
According to my Apple Watch, I'm at 3,000.
Andreas is always about steps, guys.
Yeah, dude.
about
Tweet
the
at
steps.
Andreas and ask him how many steps he has for the
It
day.
depends on what day it is, what time of day it is. I'll let you know real quick.
So this next piece of news I really kind of wanted to talk about. IGN IGN drops
Yeah, we
Dead
all
Cells
kinda heard about
reviewer
that, yeah.
after plagiarism investigation. Now, this is by GamesIndustry.biz by James Batchelor. Are you both gentlemen up to, like, did you read the story?
Yes.
Are you
Yeah.
aware when it was
Saw
breaking?
the video, checked it all, the comparison video of how
Yeah,
they're
I saw that.
identical.
Ooh.
Pretty intense.
All right,
pretty,
so
like-
basically,
Go ahead.
Boomstick Gaming put up a review of Dead Cells about a week ago.
They're blowing up. now.
That's so crazy. That's what
That's
I'm
why
saying.
it's not a bad thing,
It's not-
dude.
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
it's-
a bad thing.
And apparently, we'll get into it later.
Yeah.
Boomstick Gaming put up this review and was like, "Hey, this is my review of Dead Cells." Week later, IGN puts up a review and is like, "Hey, this is my review of Dead Cells," and it was pretty much word for word the review.
Lazy.
It's like that
Laziness.
Spider-Man meme. Hey, look at you.
Yeah.
It's like that.
That'd be
Hey,
awesome.
you. Look at your face. It's just like that.
That's so fun. That's so accurate, though.
It's
Perfect.
just like that.
Yeah. So I mean, it was he, and then the Boomstick Gaming is like, IGN stole my review. I don't know what to do. So he made a video of doing the side-by-side
Mhm.
comparison
I saw
of
that
his
video too.
word for word,
Wow.
and then he put up his written view and he compared it next to the written review of the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot believe this happened. Like,
That's
in
pretty
2018.
fucked up, yeah, dude.
And again, there's nothing.
So
there's
bad.
so many people. I'm sure. I know a lot of people at IGN. I know they're very hardworking people. This crushed them. This
No,
It's
Oh,
bad,
it did.
dude.
Rushed it because it's like
bad.
it's
bad,
almost
but
Professionalism. It's just
it's
like, how
kinda
did this
like-
slip through?
because people were. Dan Stapleton was like making jokes over on Twitter, like, "Great, can't wait for the next 2 years of seeing all the plagiarism
Forever.
jokes in the comments." And people were like, "It's gonna be a lot more than 2 years, man."
Yeah,
like,
dude,
like a
it's fucked
decade,
up,
dude.
like
I think the worst thing that's possible is just tarnish the rep a little bit.
it
It stained
sucks.
it a little bit. It's
It sucks.
stained a
because
little
here's
bit.
the thing: everyone out there who's like IGN, like, how dare they? Like, this, they didn't know. Like, they didn't know. They wouldn't have let you. Really think that they let this happen?
No.
Like, all the years IGN's been around, how many times has this happened? This has not happened.
I think this
or
probably.
This
maybe
is the first
at this
time.
level.
This is the
Yeah,
this is the
no,
first
never.
time in terms of at least that's
You know
caught.
what the worst part?
apparently.
There's probably a guy like going through all the reviews now.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
I'm sure.
And I guarantee you.
Well, they pulled up more from this guy. This guy is plagiarized in the past. So this.
Oh
what,
shit!
I forgot
Bad
what his
seed,
name
man.
was.
That's
Sucks.
even fucking worse, dude.
The reviewer's name, Phillip Moochin.
That guy's fucked.
So yeah, that's what sucks about it. And like I said,
Okay.
I love everyone at IGN. Like, guys, give them a break. Like, they didn't know
No,
like
yeah.
this was gonna happen. They had no like they
Mistakes
wouldn't have
happen.
published of it. Like, this was not on IGN as a brand. This was on a reviewer as a person and worth ethic wise. Yeah, that's the same thing. Like I posted on Twitter. This is the same thing as like blaming a whole sports organization because one guy took steroids
Yeah.
and being like, you will never like. It just.
I mean, it just depends on the severity of it, though. Like what the person did. Plagiarism is like one of the most fucked up things you
In
could do
writing.
In writing, and it's
It's
the fucking
literally
video
just being
review.
like, oh, take this and I'm
So
putting it
that's
there.
the reason
Thank
why
you.
I could see why there's so much backlash, because it's the most fucked up thing you could do.
Yeah, but and people who were making this argument, I wanted to get Eli Shaw on here today. He was a journalism major, but unfortunately it didn't work out. But he was essentially saying, like, yeah, the same thing. But I was like, there's no way, because the people are like, oh, they should have vetted him better. They should have vetted him better because he had one in the past of him doing this. And it's like, no, like this is impossible to vet. Like, you cannot
much.
go through how
Yeah.
much content there's on the internet. You're going to go to Chiptooth Gaming or Boomstick Gaming, and
To
you're going to
make
look
sure,
at their
hey.
reviews and make sure, like, because there's so many small YouTubers now. Everyone wants a piece of this pie. How are you going to catch everything? So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's crazy that it happened, and I cannot believe you have the keys of the kingdom. You're there. He was pretty popular on YouTube before,
Yeah, I
too.
saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had quite a bit of subscribers, and he was
That
doing
shit dipped.
fine for himself. And he
Tough
plagiarized,
cookie,
and he
man.
plagiarized on that channel too. And it was one of those things where it's like, you have the kings that you. So many people want
getting
this.
away with it for so long. So it was like, oh my, it's probably just a huge workload. I'm again, it's me being positive, but it's probably
Too positive.
it's probably also like the dude was probably just buried in work, and he's like, this helps me speed things up. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's totally wrong, and it was like it is horrible. But it sucks in that situation. That's probably where it stemmed from. Like one day it was just like, oh, let me take that one paragraph.
I got this review coming up.
I got to get this done, dude. Let me just take this. And it kept growing and growing. Like, oh, nobody notices these little videos or reviews I'm just taking from here. There's millions of videos. And now it's like, what if he never, what's his name from, what if he never made a video saying like, hey, what do I do?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I wonder if anybody would even notice.
Nobody would have known. That's the same
crazy.
Because, I mean, look at us. Like, no one, like, we're very small. Mm-hmm. If someone was to steal from us and we didn't make a big deal of it, nobody would know. Or if we didn't know about it, nobody would know. No, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, plagiarism is really wrong. Like, it's just, it's a huge crime, and it's like you have the keys to the kingdom. You have what so many people want.
That sucks, man.
You work at the biggest, like, after a year at IGN, you could pretty much, at the year of IGN, you could pretty much write your ticket anywhere in the industry. Game developer, game publisher, other site, YouTube. Like, there's so many things you can do after a year of IGN. And it's one of those things where it's like, you fuck that all up because you were too lazy to write a review. And like I said, don't go dogpile on this guy. Don't, like, if someone's swimming in shit, don't add more shit to the pool.
Diarrhea.
But he's already in shit, so why not?
See, that's the thing. This is the issue with the internet. It's like, don't add to it because it's like, it's just unnecessary. 1, 2, the guy has gotten repercussions.
No, of
it's
course.
Not like he's still at IGN.
Totally get it.
He's going to have a hard time getting anywhere in the industry, a job anywhere in the industry.
But
that's tough, dude.
Do I feel sorry for the guy?
I don't feel sorry, no.
No, because he got what he's coming for, like I said.
But you don't have to add to. You
don't
just
add
be better on
the wound type
internet,
shit.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, just it's unnecessary.
But the internet being the internet,
it's like, oh, no one knows what I say.
I could hide behind my hentai character.
Yeah. That's the beauty of the internet, man.
I'm just saying. I mean, fuck. Like, we all went to college. We all had to turn in our essays and that fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Why can't I do that for videos?
Yeah, the turnitin.com.
Like turnitin.com.
It wasn't video. It was an actual written essay.
Even worse than holy shit.
It's what I don't.
So
even know
I don't.
how that
I mean,
works.
Again, it sucks to say. I don't blame every reviewer. Like all the IGN people, like all the reviewers. I'm not gonna shit on them all the time. Like that one guy said, "Oh, all my videos are gonna be with that." No, fuck that. Like if you built what you've already have, just keep doing that. But the reviewers, the editorial people who did all that shit, they fucked up. They put a stain on IGN now.
Yeah, well, I mean, that one editor, and he's been there for like not even a year, and it's just like, man,
Well, guess what? It opens the door for someone else.
Exactly, and that's what's really important. Put your resumes in.
Your resumes in. I promise I don't steal. I'm just copy your resume, see if it works.
Yeah, It's unfortunate. I don't feel bad for the guy. It's just I feel bad for IGN because, like I said, I know a lot of people over there, a lot of hard workers. It was one of those things. I was playing with someone from IGN on Fortnite when this like happened, the night that it happened. And I was like, "So what's up?" IGN steals like reviews now, just like off like thinking like they knew what was going on. He was like, "What?" And then I was like, "Oh, you don't know."
Well, I just told you.
You should probably go on the internet right now, guy. Yeah. And then he went and he was like, "Yeah, it's not looking good for us." Like it's not. Man. So it's one of those things where it's like, "Oh yeah, that sucks." Like that sucks. That ruined his night. Like because when you were working for an IGN, when you were working for a Chiptooth Gaming, like, you put your heart and your soul. You wear your heart on your sleeve. Like, this is like your brand. IGN is your brand. Like that's your team essentially, and.
Fucked it all up,
man. Well, it's like Dwayne Johnson said one time when we were doing a little video. He said, hard work pays off. And it's like, you put your hard work in, it pays off. If you want to freaking slack, it comes to bite you in the culo, as we like to say in Italian. In the culo.
That means ass.
Yeah.
That means ass.
Pitbull. Shout out to Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide.
Dale.
But yeah, so it's, I can't cheat. There's no cheat codes for
Unfortunate.
IGN reviews.
Unfortunate. All right, and we're back. Sorry about that. We had some technical issues. Andreas's camera once again fucked us.
Oh.
Womp womp.
for the second.
Yeah, fix it yourself, Sony.
Yeah, Sony. Sort it out.
Sorry, Sony.
Can't wait to get our new camera. It's going to be so nice.
Oh, my God.
So,
right, probably.
as we know, the games industry is a bit of a boys' club. So, Kotaku wrote this excellent article on sexism at it's a commentary on the games industry as a whole, but sexism and Riot Games, the developer of League of Legends. Now, there's just a couple things like in this article. Like I said, we don't read our article verbatim most of the time. This one's a lengthy one, so like go to Kotaku, read the article so you can be part of the conversation and know what we're talking about. But essentially, Kotaku went undercover, talked to a bunch of people who work there, past and present, and tried to get a scoop on in terms of like, is there sexism in the workplace? And definitively it was yes. Because one of the higher ups there, who was a female, always tried to get people like females hired there, and like basically it was always like, oh no, they're too crass, oh no, they're too ladder climbing, like Dang. There's too like they're too this, they're too that, they're too power hungry female, like why they won't hire like a higher up at the studio. And then the one thing in this article where I'm like, fuck, like this is definitively like
fact.
This is a fact is when it's down here. Let's see if I could get here. Sorry, again, my bad. I should have this. No. All right, so one day, Lacey conducted an experiment. Mm-hmm. After an idea she really believed in fell flat during a meeting, she asked a male colleague to present the same idea to the same group of people later that day, or days later. He was skeptical, but she insisted that he give it a shot. Lo and behold, the week after that, he went in, presented exactly as I did, and the whole room was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing!" His face turned beet red, and he had tears in his eyes. Said Lacey, they just didn't respect women. That definitively there, that story. That's crazy. Now, to be fair, there are some women who are working there now who are saying this is false, like in terms of like, oh, there isn't sexism in the workplace. But when you have about 20 people come up and say, hey, I've worked there, or I'm working there, anonymously, saying this is going on. It's the same thing with like the rape allegations and the Me Too allegations, when it's like, all right, when it's one, it's like, okay, you're like hit or miss. Obviously, obviously, you know, because it's just one person versus another. That's what's really hard about it. Like, obviously, like, it's not victim shaming, but like, we do have like a court process here in America in terms of like due process. When it's 46 women come out against Bill Cosby and saying that they date raped them, it's like, at 20, I was like, oh, okay, like this definitely happened. So it's one of those things where it's like, when you have multiple sources and multiple people telling you, hey, this is going on, it's probably going on. Yeah. And that's unfortunate. And that I feel so bad for the people at Riot Games. And when this article posted, there was females all over in the gaming industry that who shared their stories. Neha Tawari over at Fandom, she's the VP of video over at Fandom. She's amazing. She's one of the hardest working women people in the industry. Put aside women, male. She works her ass off, and her team's fantastic. Her video team there. She was saying that she was at a place one time, and she ran a team, and she was looking over raises for everybody on her team, and the HR lady basically didn't know that she was able to see one of her colleagues who is a lesser position and lesser like seniority getting paid way more than her. And she asked for her raise, and they wouldn't give it to her. And she was leading a team, like she was a leader. She was senior, like staff. That's like being a manager at a place and being like, oh well, the sales associate's making like way more than you. It's like
and you're working harder
than
everybody.
And you have a lot more responsibility. So it's like these stories echo throughout the industry, and it's just unfortunate. And I wanted to add there because one, it's a great, very well written piece. Like I said, I'll get better with transitioning with like the stumbling with like switching between the stories and everything, and pulling out little snippets. But eventually I'm going to go back to just doing facts, actually. I think I'll just take the things I want to add in there and put that instead of scrolling through. Sorry. No, this is all behind
that was the perfect story to the
pitch. So what are you guys thoughts on this? I mean, obviously I think we're all in agreement on this, but
absolutely.
I just want to know.
Nothing positive that I could say about this one. No, it's just it's screwed up, plain and simple, where and I know individuals that are close to me that deal with certain things similar to this, and it sucks because different industries are totally different personalities, and sometimes it's literally built a certain way, and it takes a long time to break the mold. Yeah. So things like this help break the mold. So it kind of sucks what she's going through, but it's also the sacrifice, the warrior, the soldier in the battlefield taking a bullet to kind of, seatbelts were invented because cars started throwing people out of windshields. Yeah. So it's
watch out for the windshield.
Yeah, you gotta watch. So it's one of those steps that it sucks, but yeah, it happens, and it's just a screwy situation. And God bless women, man. Women need to get. There's some intelligent women I come across that blow my mind, that work harder than guys do, and it has nothing to do with being a guy or a girl.
Work their ass off.
It's just like crazy.
In this article too, they do cite that things like male or more men, male.
It's all the same.
Hard time today. Male men.
Mailman.
They're having they're easier like in interviews in terms of presenting their accomplishments and being more cocky about it and like upfront with it, where women are a little more humble, like just in terms of statistics this article found.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So like that's like part of it, and like there's a bunch of factors that go into it, but Nick, 100%, like women work their ass off. Like of course there's always going to be one-offs, and like of course I'm not saying definitely every woman works harder than like a male, but I think generally if you look at statistics, I would say that you could see women work harder than men, because not only are they working in a game studio and they're pregnant and they're carrying a child, and they have a relationship to maintain, and they're working a side job, or like for instance, like my mom worked her ass off, 6 kids, raising us alone, like supporting 6 kids, full-time job, like just ridiculous like amount of effort and work put into it. So yeah, man, it sucks that shit like this has to happen for like change to actually come around, if it comes around. Yeah, and it's just so Andreas, do you got anything to say on it?
No, I mean Nick for sure hit it on the nose. Like it's just a shitty situation to be in. That whole experiment that she did on herself was like, hey,
that was crazy.
Hey guy,
yeah,
I need you to do me a favor. I'm like, and it totally sucks, like for that to happen. I'm all for like, hey, if you could do a fucking job, don't care who you are, where you are. If you can fucking do it, here's what you get. Boom, boom, equal, boom. Yeah, go ahead and do it. Right?
That's what's sad, that there's situations where workers will be like, oh, I don't like that person, so screw them, instead of being like, hey, this is a great idea, let's do it. And that sucks when that wall starts going up.
No, yeah, and we, like you said, I got to break that mold, got to break that foundation of like who started that, why it started it. Because if somebody could do a better job than somebody else, they'd hire them. Well, no second guesses. Don't do that. I mean, obviously, like you were saying, some personalities, but that shouldn't be a huge factor into it.
That also works against you too, because like if you do that and like let's say you don't hire the diverse person, like then that looks bad on you. Like it's the same thing. So this is always seen as like a right wing like
you're saying,
way
like
of looking at it.
Almost,
yeah, well, let's say like there's a like let's say in the future like a woman and a male apply to Chiptooth Gaming, and we hire the male just because there's just more experience there overall. Yeah. Like so that also comes back on you. And it's one of those things where I'm so proud of like what we built just like in the short time that we have in terms of like our team.
No, for sure. I know what you're saying.
And like we tried to get like a female perspective on here. It just didn't work out. But like we wanted, and it wasn't because it was female. It was because like she fills all the gaps that we don't have, and we fill the gaps that like she has in terms of like knowledge and like gaming expertise and everything like that. So it's one of those things where I'm proud of it, because I hate that diversity of thought has such a negative connotation on it. Like, basically you're just trying to make an excuse of having more white males on your like podcast, when it's like, no, like look at me. Like when I talked to Andreas, when we had Andreas on for the first time and Sean on for the first time, I was like, I like these people. These are interesting people. I can have a very good conversation with them.
That's what
they
it's about.
think differently. They have fill these gaps that I have, and I feel they're like the same thing. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, yeah, I want to do this with them. I want to do this with them full time. I didn't think, Andreas is Mexican and Sean's black and I'm
exactly
white,
what he thought,
and like we can all kind of, this would look good. This would look really good for us,
Yeah,
because I feel like that's way worse.
Because
in terms
yeah,
of,
like you're absolutely.
I'm hiring Andreas because he's Mexican because we need a Mexican. No, I'm hiring Andreas because I like him as a person. He's very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
He knows like it's just one of those things where it's like that's always been my thought.
Yeah.
Like
No, of
mindset.
course.
It's so cool when I finally get a team together. It's like, oh yeah, we're diverse.
It's just
we're
like
really
it's like a
diverse group.
win-win for you because like, oh shit, cool diversity. Like that's how it is.
Yeah, but not, and I more care about the diversity of like thought in terms of our
Yeah.
group. And
No,
then
no,
it's
of course
cool,
it is,
like
yeah.
side thing that like like we're getting different perspectives, like in terms of what we can speak to and the experiences we've had, because that's important too, obviously,
Yeah.
in terms of like our backgrounds and where we come from. But it's also how you think, and I also think that two white people can have very different experiences and come from poverty, and one come from very well off. So it's like one of those things where it's I don't know. I just never thought about
but you're
that way.
perfectly right because like you were saying it. The difference between like that kind of story and this story is that she was already in a position of power.
Oh, yeah.
She was
Yeah,
already
yeah,
in
yeah.
a position.
There. That
She was
Riot
there.
Games.
Right? So the idea of like an up and coming company trying to get people is like, yeah, just bring them on board.
Oh,
Doesn't
yeah,
matter,
yeah.
right? But when you're already in a position of power and you're still getting that kind of like
Yeah.
sexist or whatever, like it's the whole like holy shit.
I didn't want it to sound like I was like defending like
No,
them
no.
not
No,
hiring
no, no,
women.
no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no,
I
no,
just
no,
want
my
to make
bad.
that. I just want to make that clear. That like well, that situation is different than like the
My bad.
situation that I was talking
No,
about.
I know it was,
'Cause that's fucked up. Like that is like. It just sucks.
It
sucks
is.
that
It
we're in this
sucks.
position in the industry where we still see women as
Because I was gonna go after what I was gonna say is like it should encourage more. It should definitely encourage more women to be out like in the open and like just applying everywhere.
Yeah.
Like they shouldn't be discouraged at all. Hopefully, this encourages people to like, you know what, we do need to change the mold. We just got to get more after it.
Well, it just shows too with her pitching the idea, then it gets turned down, then her friend pitches the idea that it was a revolutionary idea. And I always and I truly believe this, that the women in general have the ability to take something and to make it better. They just do that.
No.
And I'm not saying that to be like, yeah, women, or I'm just not because of this conversation. Like they really do. They're able to be more focused, more articulate on certain things, and they'd be able to see things differently. So that's why her idea was amazing. And then when he pitched it, yeah, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And maybe
sick, bro.
that's it, man.
He
Raise,
said it.
raise for you. And maybe when she pitched it, they were just like, oh, God,
Nah,
I don't-
stupid. Like,
Yeah.
that's-
it's like
that's-
they were probably feeling intimidated. Like, dang, this girl came up with a better idea
That's
than
exactly
us.
what it is.
Screw her.
Yeah.
Like internally.
such frat boy culture.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's what it
I mean,
is,
that's
man.
the code. I mean, that's why they need to change the mold, like you were saying. Like,
And she'll be somewhere bigger, better, and if she's still there, she'll keep growing. If not, like I don't remember if she left or not, but somebody with that talent will grow, and
No,
someone
for sure.
it's like that's just making her stronger. I know Lacey is her fake name that they used for the article to keep her hidden, but yeah, she'll get somewhere where she needs to go. She has
Absolutely.
that fire.
yeah, because that's like that's like fails recognition, like all that stuff that happened. So
it's just
she could have easily grown if people
Well,
just
that's
said,
why
"Yeah,
it's
it's a great
our
idea.
it's our duty to make that happen.
Let's make it happen."
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Like I said, diversity. Yeah, that sucks. It's a bummer. Smash Brothers. We got a Smash Brothers direct.
Yes.
Wah, wah.
I'm
How
not
you
gonna.
guys feeling?
I'm feeling fantastic. I for sure when I so I watched a Nintendo Direct. I didn't watch it like happening. I watched a YouTube video that they posted like right after,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Fuck yeah! I want to see what the characters and all this shit." And then I was just kind of skimming through it. I see Luigi. I was like, "Oh,
You're like, what's going on?
cool!" In the mansion, and I was like, I thought it was gonna be like just an alternate like costume, like Luigi mansion. I was like, "The fuck is this?" Next thing you know, I was like, "Oh, it's Castlevania." But at first, I didn't even know it was Castlevania. I was like, "What the fuck are these guys?"
Cool. Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't even know who the fuck these guys are. And then it just,
Belmont.
and I was like, oh, those are those guys. All right, cool, for sure.
So King K. Rool,
Awesome.
Simon Belmont.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Playable characters. Real disappointed it wasn't Crash Bandicoot, but hey, we
Why
You
do you
never
think
know,
it's
man.
Crash
it's gonna
Bandicoot?
happen.
I
you
will
son
bet
of a
you right
bitch.
now that it's not gonna happen.
Sonic's in there.
Cynthia did guess.
She
one of
did.
the characters.
She did. One-
King K. Rool
She
On one of the
predicted King
past
K. Rool.
podcast.
Yeah, so she was hella proud of that. She's like, I called it in
Got
June.
it.
I was like, all right, good shit.
But no, so yeah, this game. I cannot wait for this game. We're gonna be having a Smash party over
I
here.
wanna be
I'm
here.
just, what, and then,
No, go ahead.
no,
So,
no, you're the guest. Go.
I was gonna say, please, nobody hang me on a cross. I do not have a Switch yet.
You son of a
I know,
bitch.
but
Don't fucking
After seeing this,
Get the fuck out of here.
I know, but after seeing this, it's more of game development.
No,
That's
no,
why
no,
I haven't
no,
even had
no.
time to
We
breathe.
understand.
That's
You're
what it
busy
is.
guy
That's what it
making
is.
a good game,
Yeah.
and you got a kid. I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of important.
But after seeing this, I was like, Nintendo, you are awesome. I saw this and I said, and I barely played Smash back in the day, so I'm the minority of it.
Okay.
And I've heard a lot of people say, is this the game that's gonna bring newcomers? And after seeing this trailer and the hype, like you guys are giving me, I want to be on board. So I'm picking up a Switch for this for sure. 100%.
100%. You got to get the Switch. I think they announced like a special edition.
They
but
did.
it's Europe
That's
only
actually
though, right?
this. Yeah. So it's
Bam.
Europe only. It's a GameCube controller.
I'm hella fucking mad.
Who the fuck cares? It's
I
GameCube.
care.
Just buy the GameCube
Okay.
controller. You don't need it in a
already,
bundle.
I did buy the GameCube controller already.
Why?
Mother.
Who cares?
First of all, this is why you lose.
When are they gonna let
Okay.
this die?
This
They
is why
want
you
it,
lose.
man.
When are they gonna
You got to
let
give the
this
customers
die?
what they want.
I bought it.
This is a 4-year-old
Challenge me.
generation hardware that we're using.
People want to press buttons.
I hate it so much.
Good things don't die. That's why, man.
I guess.
So that's what. So I know. So I watched the Nintendo Direct. I know it was all the characters, and then it got kind of like that plateau. It's like, hey, look how many stages we have.
103.
Dude.
Look how many soundtracks we have. And I was like,
Dude, that was crazy.
It's
Holy
cool.
shit.
They're doing it right, and that's why I love shit like this. Is
What-
because they're getting for like the composers. They're getting the Castlevania composer. They're getting the Mega Man composer. They're getting, and then they're like mixing it in with other composers, and they're working with
putting
each
their
other.
heart
And,
into
yeah,
it.
they're making like it legit, and it's like Smash Brothers has always been an awesome like franchise, but like they're making this game feel ultimate. Like
No,
this
for sure.
feels
That's
like
the idea.
Smash Brothers Ultimate.
That's
like,
why it's ultimate, man.
That's why they called it. Yeah.
and I think it's gonna be very hard after this to get another Smash Brothers game.
It's
though.
going to be a while.
Yeah,
it'll
I feel
be a
like
while.
they're gonna port this and port this and port this and port this.
They
Just
should.
like because I feel like at this point it's like you can't really do anything else after. Like
No.
they're not giving them any room in terms of like what they want to do.
They should just
They're-
keep adding characters
That's
to
the only thing
this.
they could
keep
do.
updating
Even
it,
then,
music,
like how big
levels.
can you get the roster? Like I think, and I think a lot of people are getting their hopes up. I think after it launches, there's not going to be there's probably going to be 2 DLCs. 2. That's it. And then in terms of characters they're adding until launch, probably 2 or 3 more.
The only way I could see Smash coming out again is if they just create new IP for Nintendo. They
Like,
create
like
more
a totally new game.
totally
with
new games, so they
characters,
could add characters in
which they
there.
probably will.
Yeah,
They'll always make
just like
Smash.
Splatoon. They added the Splatoon.
That's-
They added that person. They're always adding. Nintendo's actually reaching out. I mean, fuck it. Like at one point, when they're really like at the bottom of the barrel, fuck it, Crash. Like maybe then.
Fuck you! I hate you so much.
Maybe then.
I was
Like, here you
where's he
go.
going with this? No, I mean, first of all, we are getting Crash we're getting Crash or Spyro. Like it's happening. Like this
Yeah.
is gonna be in
Yeah.
the game. I think mostly Crash because that's actually on the Switch.
Because they did a lot of assist trophies.
I mean, they have a
added the dragon.
Crash Bandicoot controller for Switch.
Oh,
Like
shoot.
they're doubling. Like I think it's
coming.
it's a lot. There's a lot of things in my life I've been
You're
right
so
that
about.
was a
much.
partnership
I am
right there.
so
They're shaking hands.
sure, positive in my mind that Crash Bandicoot's gonna be in this game.
I'm gonna-
and I am. He's gonna be my main.
I'm gonna wait first. Who is your main right now? You don't even have one.
No, I switch around a lot. I'm not that hardcore of a Smash Brothers player.
You're just like, oh,
I'm
whatever,
casual.
I'm feeling it.
I like to fuck around. Now, PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
you.
Sackboy, my dude.
Little sack boy
Sack
running
boy.
around.
my
PlayStation
dude.
All Stars.
Your little sack
I
was
swear,
running
you're the
around the
only
stage.
person that I know that played that shit.
I platinumed
Don't know
it.
why.
Platinumed it the night it came out.
No way.
That was crazy,
That's
man.
how much of a fanboy he
I
was.
stayed up and I platinumed it, and at 6, I remember 6 a.m. got the platinum pop.
You know, 'cause
Like
it
now
was-
I'm going to sleep.
Yep.
No.
it was probably just play every character once. That's probably the trophy.
No, it wasn't. All right, it was 100% all their stories, and then there was other shit that you had to
Dang.
do, and you had to play win so many online matches. It was extensive work.
And it was fun playing by the computer because it was like literally you were the only one playing.
Solo.
So
No, so exciting! I'm so excited for
No,
Smash
yeah.
Brothers.
No,
me too.
I'm excited at the characters. I mean, do you think they're gonna do more characters?
Like I said, 3 more.
Because it's not announcing
he
more,
said
not before the game launch.
3 more.
They're gonna do 3 more
3
Nintendo
more.
Directs or whatever. Smash?
Well, I mean, announce.
Oh,
it
they're
here
gonna
and
announce 3
there.
more characters.
Maybe like at Game Awards, there'll be one.
Who do you think the characters?
Oh.
that-
Luigi.
Crash Bandicoot. I don't know the other 2. I don't
Take a
give a
guess.
fuck about the other 2.
Go for it.
Not Luigi.
I don't know. Like that's the thing. Like everybody's in this game already. Like Simon Belmont would have been a guess, but
They're gonna
he's
pull
already
from
out.
other franchises.
They have to.
Master Chief.
I mean, Arms.
Hey,
maybe an Arms
They
guy.
partnered with
Arms
Xbox
guy.
An
recently.
Arms guy. I don't know their names, but one of the Arms guys.
Yeah, it'll probably be one of those.
Can't think of
There's not a
anything.
whole lot that you can do. Be cool to get Banjo and Kazooie in there.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen, but it would
never
be
know.
cool.
It's rare, man.
But yeah, so I mean, I would assume so. Like, yeah, Crash Bandicoot, Arms Guy, and like
Somebody else.
Yeah, somebody else. I don't.
Though, I mean, is there any like?
There's everybody in there. Everybody's in there.
It's ultimate. It's the ultimate choice.
And anybody that they can add, it's like you don't really want to add because there's already too many fucking emblem characters in this game.
Yeah.
God, I hate it.
There's
Anyway,
a lot to digest there, but the game looks badass, and the game is on my radar.
it's gonna be good.
Is it
I'm
on the
excited.
plan?
Smashes that are on my
I'm
radar.
gonna smash you all night.
I'm excited.
And then we're gonna play Smash Bros.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. No, Smash Party at this house is gonna be awesome. James Gunn still might have a future with Disney and Marvel. What is the point of getting rid of him?
I don't.
With
They
from
have
the
to.
reports that
This
are going
was-
on? No, but here's
no,
the thing:
yeah.
they're keeping his script.
I know.
Keeping his script.
Reportedly.
Well, Drax was gonna leave. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch. I wouldn't
Such
watch
a
Guardians.
Half step in
You're
terms
a half
of.
step. Don't you?
We don't like you in what you said. You're gone. Bye. Oh, but we're actually gonna use your script with your name on it. It's
But
like
you still get
at that
paid.
point, double down at that point.
You
Like
still
if you're
get-
gonna make a stance like that, like at least double down and be like, we're not using anything. We're wiping him clean off of everything.
I think they honestly they might have just done.
No, I think they heard. I was reading too in the article that other companies were starting to approach him. So I guarantee companies like DC were approaching him like, "Yo, you want to come make an awesome film for
Oh,
us?"
no,
And then Disney
yeah.
starts sweating bullets like, "Oh crap, are we gonna lose him?" So
Oh,
they're
yeah.
probably trying to like bring him on board somewhere.
So
as
reported again, but
I'm
why?
hearing different
why
reports,
hire him off Guardians of the Galaxy if you're gonna move him over to another Marvel movie
To protect the
It
face,
doesn't
to
make sense.
protect the
business.
business.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Who cares?
They
at that
care.
point? Disney doesn't care. They make so much money.
They need to
could kill a
protect the
man on the
business.
street and people would be like, "Oh yeah, it's fine. I
So,
like
I mean,
my Marvel movie."
If you're bleeding, are you gonna stop the bleeding or just try to like put a band-aid
they're
on?
not. They weren't bleeding though. They were
well,
not
they
bleeding.
didn't. They were scared to get cut.
Yes.
That's what it was. So
Yeah,
they're like,
that's a better way to put it.
Get the knife
If
and
they
throw it
would've,
out
just
before it
ignored
happens.
this,
Yeah, before we get
If they would have
stabbed.
just ignored this, this would have been swept under the rug. When the guy outed James Gunn,
Yeah.
didn't hear a thing about it. I didn't see a thing.
Yeah, it was only
I didn't
when
hear a
Disney
thing about it.
cut
It's
him.
only when Disney cut him that I heard
And
like
then everything
Yeah,
exploded.
exactly. If they would have just ignored this whole thing and swept under the rug, they would have been fine.
But then if it
True.
comes up without them saying anything, then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you didn't know about this?
And that's
you
like
had
But
he
to
was
they
saying.
did because he's in interview, and it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I get if it's like this was just sprung on you. Disney vets like a motherfucker.
No, they
Mhm.
Like
a-
from what I've heard, there's been people that I know who's like work with them, like on like pinball, like Marvel pinball game,
Mhm.
and even for that, they're like, okay, yeah, no, you cleared our like check to talk about this game.
like now we'll talk to you
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it. Yeah.
So it's like,
After the
oh,
massive
for a
process.
Marvel pinball game, I had to clear your check.
Yeah.
And there's been people who are like, oh, you said this on a podcast this one time, so like you can't work with us on this. So they know. It's not like they didn't know. They know.
like-
So
So
and he's talked about it publicly. He's been like, no, like,
Yeah.
like it's my old humor. I don't like it. It's bad jokes. It's like I'm not proud of like my
Yeah.
past humor and blah blah blah. He's talked about it even before this came out.
I think he'll just be back on eventually.
I think he'll be back on.
I think, and then it'll be just so pointless. It'll just be a whole
So
loop. But then
stupid.
for Disney, it's like, hey, we did it.
At
We
that
let him
point-
go. You can't, like we did our due diligence.
And
We're
at
done.
that point, yeah, and pretty much after that point, we're just gonna be like, why the fuck did Disney handle it like that?
Yeah.
At that
Best
point,
for
we're just gonna be
business,
like,
man. It's best.
I
for
just think
business.
he said it best, like throw the knife away before you get cut. Like they had to
That's
protect
what- yep.
something before it all comes back. Flash.
Yep.
It would have been worse. Let's say this story came out when the movie's gonna come out.
Yep.
Is that gonna hurt their sales? Yeah, of course.
I guess.
So,
I'm just
you just
It's a business,
again.
man.
You don't know
They
what's
have
gonna
to.
happen, so you have to protect that.
again. I get it, but then it's like, okay, then you're rehiring him. What's that gonna? Then this is just gonna pop up.
Or they
still,
could put him as like, oh, you're an
A
assistant
special
director
consultant
now.
or something.
Here,
Yeah.
we want you to co-direct
This is
with
what
the
I
main
want.
director
If I was
now.
James Gunn, I would never work with Disney again.
Why?
I would never work with Disney again.
You'd
And
let
I
go of
would
that much
go-
money. You would let go of that much
because
money.
you could make it somewhere else.
But you have to think about it as a project.
But-
It's like working on my indie game for 4
Exactly.
years and being like,
I agree.
thank you for the money, but then it's also like
That's
you want to
mine.
finish what you started.
Let him use that third script.
Yeah.
Have one of the
Be like,
best
"Hey, it's my
trilogies
script."
ever. Okay, because Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, solid fucking movies.
They would.
If you got a third, that'd be an awesome trilogy, almost as good as the Dark Knight trilogy. I would even say.
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah,
It's up there.
Now,
The Dark Trilogy still up.
not like cinematography because it was shot, of course,
Yeah.
like a lot
For
more
what it is.
beautiful.
Dude, we were
For
gonna
what
go
it
there.
is, we're like,
everybody
it's
going.
up there.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, of course, like Batman had like
For
a
what
lot
it is,
more
it's
of
awesome.
like
Yeah.
Absolutely.
production in terms of like actual
They're
artistic.
different movies.
I got you. No, for sure.
But like in terms of like a good trilogy, like fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the third one, so I don't know. But
What? Well, okay.
I haven't seen the third one yet.
Of Guardians,
which is
right?
because it's not
Okay,
out
I
yet.
thought you were talking about
Oh,
Batman.
no.
I was gonna slap you
No, no.
right now.
So
I was like, what?
So I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, do I want to see James Gunn go over and make a Suicide Squad movie? Fuck yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Think
be
about
cool,
how
yeah.
rad would that be?
Yeah.
I mean,
DC's more like
because DC's more dark, and
Yeah.
I think James Gunn would do really well in the DC universe, and that's what it says here. There's been people's basically trying to talk to Gunn, but they can't talk to him while he's still in negotiations with closing out the Disney deal. But he said, I'd work with him in a heartbeat. One of the senior executives at a rival studio said, major studios are said to be interested in Gunn, including Warner Brothers with their DC entertainment rights that rival that of the MCU. High-profile and Oscar-winning producers have also said to been interested in Gunn's work. Another studio executive said, I've been advised that we can't bring anything to him until Disney matter is 100% resolved.
so. Think of it like this: he's like a NFL player, like about to be cut. And if people are like, "Hey, if he's about to be cut, let's go after
pick
him."
up on the wall.
He's a free agent. He's like, let's fucking go after him.
Yeah.
And so
I
people,
would.
then knowing that, Disney's like, okay, are we making a mistake now?
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Are
It's
we
like
fucking
They're
up?
sweating their pants. They're like,
They're starting to be like,
Think about it. Suicide Squad. Knock out all the bullshit. Let's reboot the MCU
all about
universe.
characters really building these
Have
characters.
one of the
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
movies get rebooted. Have him do that in a Superman movie because he does space
Oh
so
my
well.
gosh.
he does.
Right? But James Gunn, I think he would exceed in a Suicide Squad movie. Like
Anything he would do,
Yeah,
he'd
I mean,
be
just
great.
the
Well,
humor
just because
that in
Suicide-
between-
no,
yeah, and
exactly,
they're
'cause of
a
the
group
cast.
Misfits,
That's true.
just like Guardians of the
Bouncing off
Galaxy.
each
I think
other.
it would be, and it's darker too, which is the kind of stuff he likes. Like
Yeah.
he did a horror movie before, Guardians of the Galaxy. So it's like
Yeah.
one of those things where it's like, yes. I would, if I were him, I'd be so bitter just because that's me. I'm very
Oh,
Yeah, you
vengeful,
should.
I'm sure he
spiteful
is
person.
bitter.
But
you
I
know.
would be like, no, I'm never working with you guys again. You guys didn't stand by me at all.
I just feel like that'd be just too much of an opportunity to miss out on, though.
Yeah.
What, like, let it
I would.
go?
It'd be a little bit. I mean, I'd be a little bit like salty as fuck.
I
Like,
don't know.
bro,
I think-
you almost fired me. Now you're trying to get me back. Like, I'm either gonna be James Gunn and be like, all right, you wouldn't pay me this much, or like, get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling
Because
you. No, go ahead. Finish.
what's happening is like with DC going after him, they're essentially putting the price tag on James Gunn. So now Disney's gonna be like, either you match it or I'm gonna go with that. So that's exactly what's happening. So James Gunn, it's a shitty situation, but he has a little bit of leverage now.
What if they put him back on Guardians?
Bro,
No, they will,
I would
man.
love.
No,
No,
all
I
the
don't-
he
cast
probably
want him
will.
back. Everybody
That's
wants him back.
the
and
cast wants him back. The fans want him back.
Yeah.
So what Disney basically did was to try to, because they were too scared of the backlash.
Yep.
They basically doubled the price of Guardians of the Galaxy to pay James Gunn. Like
Probably.
that's what they did.
They got
In a
the money.
roundabout- In a roundabout way, they basically have to pay James Gunn twice the amount of money.
I'm trying to read something right here. So he says gets 7 to 10 million payout. Is that just for his script, or is
That's
that
just for that's
If he
just for the
leaves.
contract.
that's for his contract?
He's
7
trying
to 10,
because
and he still have to pay for the
because he didn't
script.
break contract because the tweets were in the past. If he
Oh
tweeted it
shit!
out
So
today,
See, and that's
okay.
what's so crazy about it. It's like this didn't even happen now. This is something,
Yeah.
and I know you guys talked about that,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like insane, that this is the situation, and I'm sure he wants to finish his baby. So that's
No, exactly. It's your trilogy, dude. You finish it. That's gonna be your James Gunn like stamp on.
and he'll make more
the whole
than
universe.
7 to 10 million down the line, anyways, just because of this publicity. And
Yeah.
if he comes back into the good light, it's just going to open up more doors for him, more
Easily.
opportunities. Yeah.
Easily,
So it's a balancing act.
I'm all for it. No, yeah, exactly. I have high hopes.
that's crazy. They have to bang him out of his contract because he didn't do anything wrong. Like that's essentially what that's saying. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Here's 7.
Here's
Here's
$10
$10
million.
million. Here's
$10 million, sorry.
Because you have to we're breaking your contract to
Oh
leave.
my gosh.
Yeah, but I mean, for him, it's
That's
a shitty
insane.
situation for him. But for us, it's like, hey, you're either gonna make a Marvel movie or you're gonna make a DC movie. I'm cool with whatever you do. Like he still has a solid fan base that wherever he goes, whatever he does, people are gonna follow it.
Yeah. He'll land on his feet.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Well, speaking of Disney streaming service will not include 2019 Star Wars movie, says Alex Gilidov from IGN.
So what does that mean, Mike?
It's a bummer. It means basically every Star Wars movie that's out will not be on this platform because Disney does not own the rights to the Star Wars distributing, like in terms of like
shit.
That's crazy.
It says here they
So why the
they
fuck-
sold the Star Wars TV rights because technically Netflix.
That's
is
why they're
TV
trying to get
and
it back.
streaming's TV. So Disney sold the Star Wars TV rights to AT&T's Turner Brothers Broadcasting back in 2016 for $275 million. The deal was set to last until 2024 and includes Star Wars movies released between 1977 and 2005, as well as the newer titles. Whew. And according to those reports, Disney's looking to buy back those rights.
I was about to say, I'm like, they're probably regretting this because they didn't even have the streaming service probably in mind when they sold this.
No, yeah,
and now they're like, oh, crap.
2016.
Now we're going to have to spend $350 million or something
get it
and
back.
double, which they have the money. It's not like they don't.
Yeah.
They're not going to take, but they're going to have to do it if they're going to try to sell that streaming service.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're going to have to
I
get
mean,
it back.
so basically, it says here in the report that everything after 2019 Star Wars will be on there, including original Star Wars content for like the streaming platform. So like a Star Wars show.
Favreau, right? Isn't he making
Favreau?
I don't know how to say his last name. The dude who made Iron Man.
Yeah, so and then they're gonna be doing like Marvel original content, including the newer like Miss Marvel is gonna be on there.
So would that mean Daredevil from
Captain
Netflix
Captain
and
Marvel,
all that
that's
stuff?
what I mean, not Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel.
So would that mean like all the Daredevil show that's on Netflix?
It's not gonna be them.
It's not gonna be on.
Or actually, that's different because that's not the Star Wars contract. I'm not entirely sure the depths of the Marvel contract for TV.
But it's just more
But
Star
as
Wars.
For Star Wars, yeah, they won't be on there. Only everything after 2019 up until 2024, unless they can buy back the rights to the TV. But after 2024, then they basically will be able to put everything onto the system. Now, they just acquired Fox, so that means the streaming system is almost definitely going to be Hulu. Like, I could see them just taking Hulu and just completely rebooting it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And then
Disney logos all over it.
For
and
real.
some Star Wars. It's a
Bob
This is
Iger,
a Disney Channel.
Bob Iger, Disney CEO, basically said that it could be cheaper than Netflix. Like the
Well,
streaming
shit.
service.
I mean, by all the time I'm getting all these streaming services, I have 3 streaming services out. Like I don't even have cable. Fuck cable. Like I just have an antenna. But then my TV, I'm a peasant. I know. I have Netflix, Hulu, and HBO. Those are the 3 things that I watch, and that's it.
Gotta get that Showtime.
If I add Showtime, if I add fucking Disney,
You're out of cable bill.
if I add Amazon, I'm at a regular cable bill.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's crazy now.
So I'm like, what the hell is the point of having so many? It's gonna make me pick and choose what I want. And if that's the case, I'm just gonna ask for your email account and password, and I'll just log in.
That's what we're gonna do. No, I mean,
no, go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
go.
No, I was gonna say the biggest thing is like how are they gonna get new streamers? You know, how are they gonna have people just for Star Wars? Yeah, that's cool, but I could also just go buy it digitally and have it, and I'm good one time.
No, exactly.
So they got to really bring content.
Take Hulu,
all their content,
convert all their content, and then make their own content with original Star Wars show, original Marvel shows.
If you do
original
that,
Disney shows, original Marvel like things that we know from
only
Marvel.
here exclusive.
Yeah, exactly.
Then, yeah, you're totally right.
But if you can now stream ESPN through this app.
Yeah.
Like
Google
you
stuff.
can make it.
You can't even you can't stream it. Yeah.
You can make it all one thing in terms of like you can get ESPN. You can get
Like
all our
global
brands are
domination.
finally coming together.
Yeah.
And we're gonna own this thing.
That's what
That's
they
the
need to
thing.
do. This is a good plan for them. It's gonna take a while, but
Yeah, because if they wait till 2024 to get all the Star Wars stuff, fuck.
Well, and
I'm gonna wait till 2024 to sign up.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Well, what if they start doing a Star
how many
Wars
times
show?
are you gonna watch The Last Jedi? You know what I mean?
Come on, it's the
I've watched
greatest.
it 3 times already, and only the
What are your
fights.
thoughts on
3
it?
times too many.
What are your thoughts on it?
It was a
Here we go.
good movie.
Okay.
It wasn't my favorite Star Wars movie. It wasn't even my like.
You're saying that really like just like
It's
was-
like
it
it's
was
forced
You're-
to come out.
Like I don't hate it. Because it's not bad, but I just a lot of the choices they made.
you're wearing a Star Wars shirt.
I
Like, what the fuck?
personally wouldn't do. I mean, yeah, because I like Star Wars. I don't like.
But just
No,
not
yeah, it was a good
Jedi.
movie. It was Star
It was
Wars.
a good movie. It was Star Wars.
Yeah.
I thought the highs were really fucking high, and I thought
Yeah.
the lows were really, really, really low. I thought the choices and some of the stuff that they did, like killing Snow, spoilers, like killing Snow.
That's probably the only one thing that I would change. But other than that, I think
No, I mean, there's so much.
it was
though.
amazing.
Hey,
I can name the
everybody
best-
has their opinion.
Yeah, we can argue on this all day. I was just so mad on it, and like coming out of the theater, I was like, I don't know if I like it or not. And I was like, I like it. I
yeah,
like
it
it.
was
It's a Star Wars movie. Like I do like it,
But there
but
was something.
I'm
It
not
was like,
high on it. I just like when I came off Force Awakens, I was high on it. Like I was over the moon. This is so cool. Yeah, it's more the same, which I didn't really like that part of it.
Yeah,
But it was
But
Star
like
Wars.
I was like, yeah.
but
it's
now
out
that
of the universe.
the Last Jedi is different, you're like, I don't know, like it.
We'll see.
Make up your
No,
mind.
no. I like the difference. I like the different. I don't like the things that were the same.
there was just elements of the story
Let's
that
go back to the prequels. Let's go to this fucking dumb casino planet for
like the
no
casino?
reason.
Well, they were racing, dude. There was
should have been
racing.
pod.
It should have been pod racers. It should have been
there, man.
pod.
I swear.
So
So
that-
when they panned,
so
I
you're
was like,
saying
"Here
if
it
there was-
comes!" I was like,
When I
"Oh,
heard
man."
the
Yeah.
I was like, oh god, this is
That
so
would've been
this is
so
you.
So if it was
awesome.
pod racers, you would have been perfectly
No,
fine.
no, it's not. It's not just that.
It would have
There's a
been
lot more
better.
to that.
It would have been abandoned.
Pod race series
It would
on
have
the
tied
Disney
it up a
Channel.
little
Yeah.
bit more, and then we wouldn't
There you
have
go.
the now it's worth it line. Yeah, now it's fucking worth it.
Yeah.
Now I'm glad we did this because now this
Glad
whole
we
thing,
rode horses.
adventure is worth it. I know. I'm interested in episode 9.
That's gonna be
Yes.
the new. That's
I'm
gonna be
pumped.
part of the new streaming service. They're gonna have a show dedicated to pod races.
That'd be cool.
That'd be, see, there
I'm
you
with
go.
it. I'm with it.
I'm,
I'm
I'm
down to pay.
giving them great ideas right now. You're welcome, Disney.
That's it. I mean, that's it for the news.
It is crazy.
News.
We got it. We
We
got
got it
through
done. We
boys.
went
It's
through. Yeah, we
beautiful.
went through with it.
You know, usually we have some listener question segments. We don't have
Nice.
any listener questions today, unfortunately, or maybe we did. Check Twitter real quick.
Can I check my phone? Can I check
your
my phone?
Check
You allow
me?
Go to my post where I ask questions and see if anyone asked a question. Sorry, we like I said, a little scrambled here.
They're asking why don't you like The Last Jedi? Super weird. I don't know how that happened. That was really quick. Thanks, guys.
Load me up on a quarter here.
Yeah,
of some
there we go.
big
There we
blue.
Big
go.
Blue.
Nick
Stop.
Depalo likes Big Blue.
No, he
Big
doesn't.
blue.
Right there, one more.
It's,
Yeah, a
it's
little
only
more, a little
it's
more.
only because it's literally
That's
the only drink you have in here.
It's so good.
Big
That's
blue.
what I'm talking about Big
Cheers.
Do you put it under? Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Blue. I'm a fan. Now Big Red could go
Do they
fuck
have a
itself.
Big Red?
They have a Big Red.
Oh
It
my
could go fuck
gosh.
itself. I don't like Big Red. I'm not a fan of Big Red.
This really is like cotton candy.
But Big Blue, god damn, it's like a cream soda.
That's what you nailed
It,
it.
it reminds me of a cream
You're
soda.
bumping up their sales, man.
All right, we got some questions now. I think there's another one here. So, Yanni asks, "Hey guys, I really first of all, shout out to you, Yanni.
Yanni.
Awesome.
Shout
I love
out.
her. Uh,
That's good.
it seemed like you were saying more. Hey guys,
That's
I really enjoy games media, and I have even contributed to a couple of game sites with reviews and news content. Recently, I checked out a meetup group in my town for developers, and it was so refreshing. I feel like behind the scenes of gaming is not talked about enough, or I'm just missing out. And I want to learn more. I don't know the first thing. Any advice on where to start? CTG vids, y'all are awesome.
Nice.
Yay.
Nick?
This is a question for you, pretty much.
So
This is like-
advice of how to get in.
No, like
Or
where to
advice.
start. She wants to hear more of the behind the scenes of
Game media or
game
gaming?
game
building.
gaming, yeah, game
development.
development. But she went to a game meetup.
Gotcha.
like
That's
the
really
Unity
cool.
meetup.
The idea there's
Yeah.
a game meetup is fucking awesome.
Yeah, he just went to one. He went to Unity meetup.
It was super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if there's like a conference where I could just meet a bunch of Nicks where they all talk about games and how to make them, that'd be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, because when he's talking about it, it's so fascinating. I'm
Yeah.
sure she really.
I hope so. I'll talk about it more.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
we'll
I'm
get
yeah.
you
thinking
on.
about. I'm thinking about doing more content like that to just talk about the behind the scenes. So yeah, what was
So,
the question?
Yanni
Yeah.
at Nick Depalo. Go
Yeah,
check him out.
something's
Oh,
coming soon.
But really though, Yanni, like in terms of Nick Depalo, like follow at Depalo because he does a lot of in-depth stuff. He shows very rough builds of games and
Like,
his
really rough.
yeah, well you'll see
Writing
like
it down.
check this out. Like when you showed off the physics gun for the first
Oh,
time.
yeah, I
he showed
remember
that
that.
off and it was like a lot of behind the scenes stuff. I was like, yeah, this is cool. This is rad. So do you know any good places where she can start? Because she went to that meetup, she really liked it to get kind of the more behind the curtain, behind the scenes kind of content.
I would say find some awesome. There's a lot of YouTubers out there. Not just like there's Unity sponsored. I'm using Unity, so I talk about Unity a lot. But there's Unity sponsored YouTubers who talk specifically about different builds and different updates and what you could do with it, depending what she wants to hear more about of like game development or the process of making a game. There's Unity has like a blog, a community blog as well, so that's like a great place, and I'm sure Unreal has one too and everything. But I would say just keep meeting up with other developers. I think that's the key. That's where you could really measure where you are and where you're trying to get to, and then that fires you up too, because you're like, oh crap, I'm not crap, I'm getting better, you know, and then you could really reflect off that. So I would say just keep hunting, and for me personally, if she is into the behind the scenes and what it takes and what could get you inspired, it's like, just do it. Just keep go to that meetup, go to this, go to that, download this, build this, like start doing it. And the more you do it, you'll start hearing, oh, that's where I go there, and that's where I build this, and this is where I could learn here. And you'll just go down that road. Yeah. Because the more you go down that road, the more people and connections you'll find.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, it sounds like she likes games media, but she likes the more behind the scenes stuff. So like Danny O'Dwyer's No Clip.
Yeah, that's
like
cool.
In terms of like the documentary behind, like he's one of the only ones who's doing like in-game like documentaries like this on YouTube, free for you to watch.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Which I don't know if you know. I'm sure you do know Danny O'Dwyer. But like in seeing his stuff. But that's more like documentary side. There used to be developers used to have podcasts. I don't know if you remember Zipper Interactive's podcast with Jeremy Dunham.
Company.
Yeah, so I mean, R.I.P. But yeah, they used to. I thought it was the weirdest thing, but like it is cool for people like Yanni who wants like the behind the scenes like look at like game development. And I feel like we talked a lot about that. Go check out Chiptooth Gaming like episode 4.
Yeah.
Or Completely Consensual episode 4 with Nick. We talked a lot about behind the scenes of like his game and working on it. And I mean, well, I'm sure we'll have you back on and we'll talk a lot more about like, behind the scenes. But it is fascinating that there isn't more content on like the behind the scenes aside from like a Danny.
No, for sure. No, yeah.
What would be something you guys would want to hear and see behind the scenes? Like, would it be just me rambling about the day-to-day, or would it be like seeing how development's coming together, like you were saying, with the gravity gun and things like that? What do you guys want to see on that side of it?
I think it's stuff like that, like progression in a game, what you did to do this, what gave you
your
this
thought
idea
process
to do this.
of it. Like I mean, for me, I wouldn't be like, oh, you got to use this code for that. I mean, there's some people who would be interested in it.
That would put me to sleep. I don't
know. Exactly. I would use this code to reference it. Like, I'm cool. I mean, for some people, interesting, but for you, it's. I mean, if I were to listen to it, it's like, again, it's like behind the scenes of a movie. Like, how did they do it? What was the thought process behind it? Yeah. Like for you, that gravity gun. Like when you were just explaining him the game, like, oh, you have to put that puzzle over here, over there. I wanted to use this. This is how I did it. I just tweak this little tutorial type thing. Yeah. Like that's the idea that I would like to hear.
There is I'll give a shout out to I think his name's Thomas Brush. He made a game called Once Upon a Coma. It was kickstarted and he raised, I think he was asking for like 20 or 30, he raised like 80, and he constantly does I think he has, if you type in like Once Upon a Coma in YouTube, you'll find like all his content, and he makes some great behind the scenes stuff and how he's doing this and how he's making that. So that's a good place for her to check it out. I'm sorry, you just reminded me of that. No, but yeah, more content. I agree. I would.
That's
like to
the
see
idea.
That too.
I mean, again, when you buy a movie and you see it behind that disc too with all the behind the scenes. Like I actually watched all that stuff. Like I'm actually interested, and I should watch all that.
I want to see more disc 2 stuff in games. Like I think that'd be really cool.
No, yeah, because they did it. Oh, go ahead.
One thing I was talking about, like in the demo, jokingly, like Crash Twinsanity with like the gems. You collect all the gems, you unlock all this like artwork, and then there was like rough like cutscenes of the games that didn't make it into the game. Cool. Like a lot of stuff that didn't make it into the game, they put into the game for you to collect with stuff. Like the gems and stuff.
That'd be cool.
And like rough character animations and things like that, and like music and like. It's really cool, like a little documentary that you unlock when you get all the gems. I would like a disc 2 for games. I think that'd be really cool that we don't have something like that in our industry, which I think that's something that like a Danny Dwyer could fill, or like even seeing like like I'm having a bad day today, and like I deleted this code and then it deleted half the game, and now I have to go back and redo it. Like it's something where it's like I want to see more of like, yeah, let's see the bad, the good, the ugly. Like let's see it all. And I think that's really interesting for the case, but I don't know. That's just me.
They did it a couple times. I know, like. Kind of going back to everything, like when you're passionate about something and you actually love it, you want to know the ins and outs.
Yeah.
So like when you find a video game that you really like The Last of Us, like that was like still part of my favorite game of all time. And whenever anything came out about The Last of Us, interviews, anything. I was like, play,
Yeah.
right? And then they came out with a whole like almost a documentary.
They did.
And then like how it
available
was
on
made,
Amazon
the
Prime.
character artists, like all this models. Like, oh shit, this is fucking awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I want to learn about that. So for sure, like if they do that game 2 idea, I'll buy that shit too.
Yeah.
If it comes with like a special edition, buy.
Yeah, special edition, you get a second disc or a download code.
I know they did it for God of War, Last of Us.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember coming across something on Twitter with God of War showing like pre-alpha builds of like I would love. I want to hear more about developers going from day one. Like, let's hear those conversations in the office when they all sat together and said, "What is
Interesting,
good?"
when your game comes out and you get a
So,
little recognition
yeah.
because how awesome your game's going to be, you
He'll
should
just-
start a podcast.
He'll just plug in this
Maybe
podcast.
I'll start next week.
You should.
Maybe I should.
Get game developers on. I think there's a
That's a good
There's
idea.
a hole that needs to be filled,
Yeah.
and I think that's something you can fill. But again, let me add,
Whoa.
you can
Whoa.
you can fill all the holes, man.
Oh,
You can
no,
but
I was
it's
loving the idea.
adding. Yeah, I mean, think about it, and then like you can get, hopefully you can get notable
it's
people
cool.
like Corey Barlog on to
Yeah.
come talk about God of War and pre-alpha and blah blah blah. Talk about all this nerdy
That's
game
actually
developer
in-depth.
stuff I don't know about, but people like Yanni want to know about and want to hear more of. I think there's a real hole because, like I said, we don't have.
That'd
We
be
have
nice.
so many of this kind of podcasts, but we don't have enough of the actual people
The
who are
pain
making
that
the
you go
games.
through.
The people who are making the games.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to sit down and hear you talk about how you deleted half your game one time.
Yeah.
And
I didn't do a backup save. So
yeah,
it
yeah.
kinda
It's
sucked.
one of those things where it's like the learning curve. Like, let's hear the struggle of developers. Let's hear the celebration of developers. Like, let's hear
Dude,
it
that's
all.
a really.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
For a long time, I've been like, man, I want to start my YouTube channel up again and get things going. I think that's it. Like, that's
That'll be a
to get
good one.
all these developers on board and to say, sit down. Like, not even just game development. It's like, all right, what do you have for breakfast? What do you do? Do you before you start development? Do you sit outside? and
What's your
mindset?
Yeah,
You go to the
where's
gym.
your
What do you
brain?
listen to?
Yeah,
What do you-
for sure.
because those all like, did you have a dream about this? Did you do this? Did you have this? Like, I want to get all the details.
The ideas of how this came into fruition, like how did you get the idea of this? level?
Absolutely, because
That's
I think there's a
perfect.
lot of people out there that probably get discouraged, like me, in times in the past, to be just frank and real, because you think a certain way and you go, is that the way they do it? And you're trying to balance who you are with the way they do things, and I think people should hear that voice of like, hey, they're doing it just like you, because I learned that from the film industry where I was doing indie films in my backyard to then when I was on set working with whatever NBC or something, you would see, oh crap, this is exactly how I did it in my backyard.
Yeah.
There was nothing different. So that was encouraging. I think we need to see that more in the game industry to,
Well, imagine getting like a
Encourage others
texture
and stuff like
designer
that, yeah.
from Sunset
Yeah.
Overdrive 3
Yeah.
to come on for
like,
a
what'd
half
you feel?
hour.
Were you stressed?
That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
What'd you do to get this texture? Like blah blah blah. Like
Yeah.
what was your mindset going into gold? Blah blah blah. Like things like that. I don't know. Interesting conversation.
We're going to
It
do
is.
it. We're going to do it
Nick's gonna do it.
right here. YouTube.com/Nick Depalo.
Nick
That's
Depalo,
what it
check
is.
it out. Maybe we could pay him to put it on Chiptooth Gaming.
Let's do it. Hey.
We need the view.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Maybe we'll do a cross promotion where when we do those interviews, we'll do them here and use this as
Very
the
cool.
hub, and then air it on both channels, and then really build the fans, the crowd. Let's do
That's
it.
what we got to do. We'll
This
do
is the stage. You have the stage set. Why? You
like
guys
that.
work your culo off every day and make
Culo.
it culo.
it. Dale.
Well,
Awesome.
Tiene
Any
tremendo.
other questions?
anything
Maybe?
else you guys say?
No, this has been an awesome conversation this week.
Yeah, I had a good time. This is almost a 2-hour podcast. It always is with you, Nick.
I didn't even realize that.
I know. It's awesome. It flew by. Other than our camera difficulties, which you're not going to see because I cut them all out.
Great job, Mike.
Thank you. Well, players, this is completely consensual right here on Chiptooth Gaming. If you liked the video, if you liked our discussion on everything, just go ahead and leave a comment. Add to the conversation. I love when people are in the comments talking about things that we've said or adding to the discussion. Add it and right there in the comments. It's the easiest way to be able to talk to us. On the
Yes.
Facebook group too. Go join the Facebook group.
Join
Do it.
We can even continue past the comments and actually be a face to
a
close to a
conversation
face
with it.
face to face interaction. And yeah, like the video because it really helps us out. Like it, share it. sharing.
Share
It's
it.
huge to be able to
Share
get
it.
these things out because I try to make little snippets out of each episode because if you share that, people go, oh, that's funny or that's interesting,
cool.
and they click on it and then get in. And so that's why I do those. So share those, retweet those. It's big. Even if you have 5 followers retweeting that and one of them comes along for the ride, like that's huge
That's
toward what we're
perfect.
building because we appreciate every single one of you. If you want to keep up to date on all things Chiptooth Gaming, you can check
Man.
us out at
Trying to remember.
CTG Vids
Got it.
on
Got
Twitter.
it.
You can follow me at Cheeks_Junior on Twitter. You can follow
Yep.
Andreas at
Ooh,
Compa Andreas.
that's the best way you've said it ever.
Compa.
Compa. That's how you hear it in the streets. Compa.
In the
That's
streets.
how you hear it.
Andreas, tweet at Andreas, tweet at Compa Andreas. Ask him how many steps he took for the day.
Dude,
It's just a running joke.
after tonight, I don't know.
It's so many. What's going on tonight?
Uh,
Oh, because you walk down the street to the
dude, you know,
drugstore
it's
before
like
this.
there's a whole flight of stairs I have to go down right
This guy. And if you want to keep up to date with the Italian stallion,
Ooh.
the powerful at Depalo, Nick Depalo. You can go ahead and follow him at Depalo.
Please.
Yeah, he keeps seriously.
The
though,
more the better.
He updates you on the game. You know where
Every
Adam's
day.
Ascending is. Like he's so inspirational. 1, 2. He lets you know, hey, check out this gravity gun I like put in my game. Check out this. Look at the progression of this. And it's so cool. So if you like that nitty gritty kind of stuff, follow at Depalo and keep an eye out for Adam's Ascending. I'm excited. Andreas is excited.
I'm excited.
Before we go, we have to take a shot of Big Blue.
Well, I got a big
That's
blue
gotta
actually.
He likes the
fine-
big blue.
The final tradition.
I can't believe we almost drank all this shit. Well, you guys drank all this shit.
It's so
That's it,
bad.
that's it.
I'm
I-
pre-diabetic.
I-
Big Blue,
no, I'm
he's
good.
like,
I
I'm
got
gonna
some.
die, dude. He's like, I don't
I
want
got
any
some.
more.
I'm
Big
gonna-
Blue, official sponsor. Please pay us.
Jesus
Big
Christ.
Blue. Cheers to
Cheers.
bleach.
Cheers to bleach. And until next time, players. Man, I'm fucking up on all my segues.
Until
Big
next
Blue.
time.
Until next time, players. This has been Chiptooth Gaming.